joining me. We are live. Look at you beautiful people out there. Welcome to the live stream. Woohoo! We got a lot going on today. It'll be all right, Lily. Hello, hello, military man. Good to see you. How are you? What's going on in your part of the world? I'm in the kitchen today. Slaving away, getting things done. Some things done. My dog Lily is hearing the big brown truck drive around. I'm in your garage, or you're in your garage? What are you doing in your garage? I know we're going to spend a lot of time in our garage tomorrow. We got to get it ready as much as we can for my wife's birthday party next Saturday. And just organizing the guns, nice. So she's going to be building a photo booth in there. So we got to get that ready. Yeah. Well, it's a big birthday party for her. It's her 40th, right? Whoops. And we've been planning it for a while. So I'm going to pull up the chat so it's easier for me to read. Oh, this battery's almost dead on this. Well, I tell you what, I need to go get a cable. So here, come this way. I'll be back in a minute. I know. Life was hard. Maybe I got one. I've been trying to clean up my basement so I can make a good studio. Good, that's cool. The dog has some, oh man, you're not even, jeez. If you only knew, oh, I had a cable right here. Oh well. If you only knew. I need to charge up my iPad while we're talking. Got a nice long cable on it. All right. Oh man, I don't know where to start. I got so much to do. Vicky's in the house, says hello. Yes, our doggy has sass, a little noisy. She doesn't like the brown trucks. You know what I mean by the brown trucks? She, she's a wiener dog, so she's really low to the ground. So all she can literally see is the top. She can't see most cars driving around because of the privacy fence. But the top of the brown truck she can see. She doesn't like that. Mike and Venus is in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Military Man says, everybody say hello to Vicky, by the way. Vicky's good to have you again. Military Man says, I am a moderator. I am a moderator on this one channel, and not even joking. I banned so many trolls at least every other second. Well, that's sad. I mean, and what I mean by that is, it's sad that that channel is getting a lot of trolls. It's sad that the owner of the channel, the operator, hasn't figured out how to set parameters and to take care of trolls. I like trolls. So we have a lot of moderators on this channel, but I handle trolls a lot differently than most people. So I have rules. So because one, comments are great for the channel. They are. So I have rules. As long as the troll doesn't come in using profanity, sexual terms, racist stuff, or children, it's the same person. We call him Eli. Has 100 different accounts. Now, it sounds like Eli is just bored in life, right? Mike knows about trolls. Mike, how's your haircut, Mike? Mike got a haircut yesterday. I got to get a drink, everybody. What am I going to drink today? Phone on private. And everybody thanks for the thumbs up. I wonder if I can still do that. I'm going to try to put my phone on private. Hold on a second. There we go. Hopefully I'm still here. Hopefully it comes back. Let's see. Are we here? Are we here? Yep, we're here. All right. He is... he's just pathetic. You know, sometimes I feel sorry for the trolls. You know, you kind of got to feel sorry for them. The camera's following you everywhere you move. It is. I have one of those AI tracking cameras. There's some good things about them, some bad things. They're a little jittery, a little wiggly. They're not super smooth, which I don't like. Be right back. All right. All right, let's, I'm trying to get some work done here in the kitchen. I'm cooking turkey for Laura, I'm boiling a turkey for Lily, our dog. So I'm working on that today. We working on the party upcoming, so thank you all for being here. Helping me clean up the house a little bit. We got people coming on Sunday. Her party is the following week, Saturday. So I'm gonna try to get some dishes done. I don't know, clean up a little bit. Try to be somewhat useful here in the house, which usually isn't the case. Because I hate washing dishes. All right, come on now. You forgot to follow me. Oh, this stupid thing. All right. Doesn't seem to be working too well today. We hope everybody's doing great today out there. Wow. Manager Man says, I'm back in the house. JATX 1151 on my line tomorrow, which is very rare. I think it's the lead locomotive. Got to go like in 15 minutes. Well, I appreciate you coming in. Thumbs up. Gus is in the house, my friend. Gus, how are you? Doing good today. Sunshine's in the house. Were you? Yes, I was. I was in the movie Cocoon. You got it. When I was younger, of course. So, now that I'm old, I'm not in the movie, obviously. I'm here with you. Let me make sure here. So, Gus, how you been, buddy? Everybody say hello to each other, by the way. Like, subscribe, and share to me. Make sure you like this. Give us a thumbs up. Hit that thing. Double tap. Another day older. Another day deeper in debt. Boy, you got that right. I'm trying to cook turkey for my dog today. It's part of what I'm doing. Sunshine's asking, you were the leader of the aliens. I was. Thank you for acknowledging that. I was. I've been in a lot of movies. Military Man says, not quite for sure, Gus. But I'm approaching it. Another day older, deeper in debt. My life goal is not to have any debt. That's my number one goal in life. I need to work on some stuff. You like that, Gus? So we got the good sandwich. We're having a party next weekend, by the way. But right here, if you don't know, come over here. I'm cooking turkey for Lily. My dog, Lily. So I boil turkey for my dog. We bag it up in small Ziploc bags, and I take out what I need every week. So, I got some really good dishes I'm excited about making for my wife's party next week. Some of you guys might like that. If you live in America, you are in debt. Do you miss Jessica Tandy? No, I don't miss her. Not a bit. How about you? Do you miss her? Mike is saying hello to you, Gus. Yeah, the thing is this. You can get out of debt. You can be debt-free in America, but you got to work at it, and you got to think hard about it. Now, you can be easily out of debt if you go live in the Philippines, but then again, your lifestyle is much different. What you have and don't have is much different. So, Do It Like Desi's in the house. First time here. Hello to you. Hello to everybody. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for subscribing, liking, and sharing. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Do you have a YouTube channel? What are you up to? Everybody say hello to Sunshine and Military and Mike and Gus and Do It Like Desi. I'm assuming by the name of your channel you probably have, whoops, or your name there that you probably have. You guys, I'm going to have a snack. You want to see what I'm going to have? I'm going to have the last one of these. My wife already had 2 or 3 bites of it. So I'm going to have the leftovers. Just subscribe to me? I do. I do have a small cooking channel. Ah, very nice. What kind of cooking do you do? Do you specialize in any type of cuisine? Yes. They're from Sam's Club. You get a 6-pack for about $10 of 2 different types. They're pretty good. I think we had a peanut butter flavor, then you had like a cherry tart, and then you have this one, which is like chocolate mousse. Everything I love, all food. Nice. We have a bunch of cooking videos ourselves on our channel. Along with a lot of gadget stuff. And oh my gosh, we have all kinds of stuff on our channel. Travel stuff, immigration stuff, finance stuff. How to be a sexy man wearing a tropical shirt stuff. Philippines, America, dogs, cooking. I'm cooking turkey right now. I don't want to boil it too hot, but I need to get it boiling a little bit better. Because I can debone it. What I have to do is, I need to do the dish. Anybody want to come over and do the dishes for me? A to Z, you name it. Yes, A to Z and all between, buddy. I've always wanted to visit here. You mean my channel or America? Or, you know. I'm glad you're here. Thank you. Gus, what have you been up to, man? Been up to anything exciting lately? Nothing too exciting for us except for, I was talking to my brother today. We got to get ready for Lorelai's big party. Yeah, tell him about it, Lily. Tell him. Now, we're currently in the United States. We've lived in the Philippines. We've traveled there a lot. We've traveled a lot of places. But we currently are at our house in the Philippines. In America. Would you like to go to the Philippines? Been raining in the last couple of days for you? All right. Our weather's really pretty good. I'm going to grab a chair. While I'm just standing up talking to you, I'm going to grab a chair and sit down. Come on. Come on now. See, sometimes it loses track of me. All right. Let me sit down and talk. I got my iPad out so I can read the chat. No way I can read it that far away. Oop, don't want to hurt my cupcake or my tart. You like my shirt? Thank you. Supposed to warm up for a few days. Well, it's 72 degrees here today. We've had some really nice weather the last few days. And we are supposed to get rain next week, but I think we're going to be in the 50s to 70s in the next 10 days or so. I have a lot of tropical shirts. I love them. I wear a lot of them. I try to inspire people by wearing happy shirts. I have a big philosophy when it comes to shirts and hats and watches. So I do indeed. And if you want me to tell you my philosophy that will change your life, just let me know. I have a lot of philosophies. Most won't change your life, but some will change your life. This is pulverized dog food. See, it's labeled dog food. So you come to my house, don't think this is something to eat. This is my dog's food. It's high protein vitamin dog food that I've pulverized because when I feed her raw turkey at night and in the morning, I give them chopped up meat. I mix the high protein stuff in with the food. Do it like Desi says, I'm ready. Woohoo. All right. And this philosophy will change your life. You can eat it, but oh yeah, you wouldn't like it. Hey, maybe I'll put it out for the Filipino party we're having on Saturday coming up. The next Saturday. Put it out in a dish and see what they do with it. No, that would be mean of me. All right, here's my philosophy. Have you ever heard the saying in life that you want to dress for the job that you want, not the job you have? Meaning, if you work for a company and you're like in the middle and you want to be a manager, you try to dress nicer, you clean up, you look good, you don't stink. You wear clothes that the other managers wear, whether it's sweaters or suit and ties, right? So there's that philosophy that's been out in the world forever. I did not create it, but if you want to give me credit for it, all right, but I didn't create it. Uh-oh, we need to water that plant. But something's wrong with my plant in the corner. All right, but here's my philosophy, and I do get distracted easily. But here's my philosophy. You want to dress for where and how you want to feel. If you want to dress, I want to believe and have a vision because I love the ocean. I love salt water. I love the tropics. I love fishing. So I wear a lot of things that put me into the mindset. I wear tropical shirts. They put me in the mindset of where I want to be in life, not where I'm at. That's what I want you guys to start thinking about. Wear clothes that reflects your personality and where you want to be in life. If you want to be, hey, a sports guy, maybe wear more sports stuff. But I want to be in warm weather where there's beautiful people, palm trees, fish, on a cruise ship, wherever, on an island, Aruba, places we've been. So I try to trick myself by wearing clothes that reminds me of those things. Bai is in the house. Good morning, Bai. How are you, young lady? How are things going in the Philippines? Gus says hello to Bai. Thank you for doing that. Everybody said hello to each other. And do it like Desi's in the house. She has a channel. And if you guys just say hi. Glad Gaming says, hey, 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 hey. Bai says, hi, Uncle Gus. How are you? How are you, Gus? From Miss Bai. Desi likes that. So, and I mean that. And you should do that in every walk of life. Just do it. For instance, during the winter months here, when it gets really bitterly cold, I hate being cold, so I want to feel warm. So I dress in big, heavy sweat clothes, wear gloves, because I hate the cold weather. So you want to dress for where you want to be in life, not where you're at in life. Thank you. Ooh, Dennis is in the house. Dennis is dumping memberships. Nice, Dennis. Everybody said hello to Dennis. Dennis is giving out memberships. Wow, very kind of you, Dennis. Wow, look at all these people. Dog and Tags and Tackle, Ren. Wow, crap. Almost broke my thing. Almost broke my thing, Dennis. Gus is doing good. Galactus says, I did quit the lettuce last night again. All right, I want to talk to you about that. I had an epiphany or something I wanted to tell you about this. Everybody said hello to Dennis and thank Dennis for all the memberships he gave out to people. So appreciate that, Dennis. Really do. Do it like Desi says. Hello to you, Dennis. Dennis is a good follower, subscriber, leader of the world. Me and my brother were talking about you today, Dennis. So the funny thing was, because his wife's from Canada, and we were talking about the Mexico thing and all of that. So, because they were thinking about going to Mexico, blah, 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 blah. So if your ears were burning, it's because my brother and I just got off the phone talking about you. Hi, all, and HD and Arm Candy, the bye. Yeah, Henry stopped in last night for a little bit. I think it was last night. And yes, I'm cooking a turkey for all of you people that know the kitchen, you know the area. I am cooking a turkey for my dog Lily. And also going to try to clean the kitchen up a little bit. Lorelai, today's Friday. Her birthday's not this Saturday, but the following Saturday. So we got a lot to do. Oh yeah, interesting. What's interesting? How good looking I am? My philosophy on tropical shirts? Or what I want to tell you about the lettuce? And I know you may think I'm silly when I tell you this, my friend. Astra's back in the house? Nah, it's not. It's not what? You got to use more words. As I tell my wife all the time, you got to give me more words. I'm not a mind reader. So come on, I know you can do it. My wife is having her 40th birthday here at our house, big party next Saturday. Not tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow Saturday. The 3rd, March the 3rd. 8th, 7th? I don't know. Whatever next Saturday is. How come I don't know when it is? I think it's the 7th. Saturday the 7th at 5 o'clock. So we're having her 40th birthday party. We got a bunch of people coming. There's a lot of food. Got a lot of prep work to do. We're building a photo studio in my garage, along with an additional dining room in my garage. And as you know, I say in my garage because it's my garage, but now it's not going to be. Asher says, more words, more time. Yes. Happy birthday. Thank you. You're the 11th. Wow. And we have some other friends that are on the 10th and the 8th, so which is kind of interesting. We do. Our friends that are born on the 10th are coming over Sunday with the new baby. So we're having visitors on Sunday. Our friends that just had the new baby is coming to our house and bringing their baby. And we're going to probably make some pork belly, I think. No, I don't disagree with that concept, but no, that's not where I was going. What I wanted to say to you, Rob, and I know it's difficult, but what I want to encourage you to do is do it hour by hour. I'm going to get through this hour. It's kind of like, accomplishing eating an elephant one bite at a time. So you got a big giant goal to get rid of the lettuce, right? So it's not easy just to jump from A to Z. So why don't we start at A and just say, today, right now, for the next hour, no lettuce. Next hour, no lettuce. And you keep working that until you get to the point where you forget that you need to remind yourself about no lettuce in an hour. No more lettuce. I'm going to just get me through the hour, no lettuce. Get me through the hour, no lettuce. You do that until you no longer have a conscious where you go, okay, I got to remind myself. And then what you do, maybe you do it every 2 hours, every 3 hours. Then maybe it becomes every day. So I did some research, and I'm not an expert, except for in wearing tropical shirts, hats, and being outstanding. So that might be something that helps. Take it hour by hour until those hours blend into multiple hours and or days. Well, no, it's not silly at all. It's similar to what I'm doing. All right. Because it's kind of what fat people do. And I'm a fat people, so I can tell you what fat people do. what we have to do as fat people is say, no, I'm not going to finish this cupcake or this tart, even though Bai, who came in and said hi and left, would want me to eat this. So I'm going to wait another hour before I eat my tart. So Asher's back. Bro, today I learned that the bees visit 2 to 6 million flowers to produce 1 kilogram of honey. Wow, I didn't know it was even possible. I would agree with you. That's pretty impressive. I will say, being an old science guy, one thing I've known forever, if we do not have any bees on the planet will die. We will die. One thing you guys have to understand, the role of bees in the world. I'm not talking about the killer bees, talking about honeybees, regular bees. It's part of the ecosystem. It's a keystone critter, insect in the world. If bees go away, the downriver effect over time would destroy this planet and kill all of us. It may take a little bit. Everybody thank Dennis again. Dennis, where are you at? Are you in Mexico, Colombia, or back in the homeland? But yeah, Dennis, my brother and I were talking about you. We were talking about Canada, about Alberta wanting to, I think it's Alberta, wanting to get rid of, the rest of you, or, Why? Why what? Give me a couple more words with why. Why what? Try to get my camera to turn back on. There it goes. Why is it a keystone critter, insect, organism? You want me to go deeper into that? Okay, so what you have to understand about bees, they pollinate and cross-pollinate so much produce, so many flowers. Without them, there's not enough other insects that do that job. The bees are the dominant species that pollinate. So over time, if you eliminated the bees today, our pollination would go way down, crops would not be formed and grow, and over time, we would slowly die out. Or you're going to have to get really good at artificial pollination. I really need this turkey to cook faster. I want to get this turkey done so I can take it out of the boiling pot, let it cool off. I need something for it to cool off on. And look, everybody, you guys know the channel. You know why these are so important, right? If you follow my channel, I got the good ones out. These are for my dog, not the party people, not for their doggy bags, but for my dog and the dog food I'm making for my dog. I got these out of my hiding space, see? I hide my good ones up here. I put the cheap ones in the drawer. Don't tell anybody, by the way. I meant the bees. Did I explain it okay to you for the bees? About they're a keystone indicator species. If the bees don't pollinate, things don't grow. Fruits and vegetables don't grow, humans die. We can't live off of meat alone. It may take a while, but it would devastate the world worldwide. Famine, starvation, riots in the streets. And then where would you get honey at to put on your pancakes? We have honey. We got good honey. I like honey. Do you like Desi? Maybe the foil on top? Yeah. You're right. If I put a foil on the top, it would make it like a convection oven in there and get that steam going a lot faster. I don't have a lid. This pot, these are great. If you like to cooking, I don't know if I got the small one. These pots that I'm using are almost like a wok, an Asian wok. They are, what do we call that? Non-stick. But you find these at Asian stores. They're about $40 for the big one, $35 for the smaller one. They last forever. You can beat the crap out of them. You can cook anything in them. You can use them like a wok or like a pot. But they don't come with the lid. He's sleeping. Gamey may be sleeping. He may be sleeping. Got a bunch of people watching. Thank you all for that. Why is that like that? I got a bad cable on my iPad. It has a loose connection. It's really good quality, but you find them at the Asian stores. You know, my wife is from the Philippines, obviously. You'll be surprised the kitchenware that you can buy in the Asian markets that are just as good or better than what you think you can buy at the high-end stores. I like using them. I get used to using them, and I'm a big fan of a lot of that. It's 23 where you live, 23 degrees, or 23 people, or 23 cookies. Come on, man. 23 degrees where you live. It's 72 here. It's really nice. I got the house opened up a little bit today to get some air through while I cook turkey. The other thing, no, stop making me mad. No, man, why would I make you, how am I making you mad? Only you, my friend, can make yourself mad. I can't make you mad. Only you can make you mad. Pan-Asian, maybe? Maybe. I don't know what you mean by Pan-Asia, but if you got any big Asian stores around you, you can find, or even small Asian markets, they have a lot of really good cooking equipment. Where did it go? Oh. Here. Here's something else. If you like to cook, I would encourage you to buy if you don't already have this, everybody. This is what you call a fish spatula, right? See the shape? How's it designed? This is designed to flip fish. Works wonderful. Get you one of these. All right. And my goal is to get the turkey meat to fall off of the bone easier, so I don't got to work so hard. Yeah, big Asian stores, yeah, they'll have them. Even some of the smaller mom and pops will have them. But if you like to cook, which you said you do, you got a little cooking channel, I would encourage you to look at their cookware. There's some really good non-American standard cookware that's out there. But we cook everything in this. I'm talking about everything. We have 2 different sizes. Everything from pancit to, I use it as a deep fryer. You name it, we are able to cook with it. So, oh, my dog Lily. What time is it, by the way? Oh, it's not quite time to feed her yet. I try to feed my dog Lily between around 6. And she's a good dog. Good. You like pancit, do you? Oh, sorry. I left you guys behind. Hang on, I gotta. Oh, that's a bummer. Technology. All right, I think this one's running out of gas. All right, I'm gonna take you guys with me. I need to go to the office for a couple of minutes. You guys come along for the ride, all right? I'm gonna turn the turkey down while I'm not in the kitchen for a safety issue. Yep, in California, we had a lot of Filipino food. Oh, I bet you do. I got friends out in California. And you guys got a great store out there. I don't know which part you're in, but there's a store out there called Seafood City. There's also one in Vegas and a few other places. Illinois. Hang on. If you get a chance to go to Seafood City, that's great. Our good friend Craig is in the house. Good morning, Craig. How are you? What's going on in the great land of Australia? Crap. Everybody take a second and say hello to Craig. Craig's got a couple of really good YouTube channels. Don't you just hate it when things are really simple to do, but they're hard to do because, you know, you got butterfingers? Just woke up. It's coffee time. I'm doing kitchen duty again, Craig. I'm working on kitchen duty. I'm trying to cook turkey for my dog. I'm in the kitchen slaving away. All right. I need to put... Now I gotta make dinner. Well, it was great meeting you too. And what I will do, just so you know, I will come and visit your channel real soon. I will definitely, sorry about the phone issue, guys. Let me, Desi, I will definitely come and visit you and make sure I subscribe to you the right way. I will watch a couple of your videos. And then leave a comment or two. So sorry. I'm going to die, everybody. I'm going to die. I just sneezed. My brain came out. Miss Jamie's in the house, Unbothered Avocado. Hey, everyone, I'm here just feeding Bruce's dinner. Outstanding. Yeah, I always I take my time when I go visit channels. I take my time. I want to watch a couple of videos, maybe leave a comment or two before I subscribe. I've learned that is the way to make subscriptions or subscribing stick to a channel. So, and you have 223, you're a beautiful woman, by the way. Don't tell my wife I said that, because remember, okay, So do it like Desi is a beautiful girl, but my wife is the most beautiful girl, period, ever. Just get that out there. So I got a lot of people, Desi, would love to see your channel. Dennis, you might want to visit Desi's channel. And, oh, mango brown sugars. I'm getting ready to make sliders. Desi, for our party next Saturday, I'm making 2 different versions of sliders. I'm going to watch your I'm going to watch your slider. I may steal that recipe and try to make it, Desi, if you don't mind, because I'm making a barbecue slider and a pork, ham and cheese slider for my birthday, for Lorelai's birthday. So I may steal your recipe. And you got a meatloaf too. Ooh. All right, you guys all need to go check out Desi's channel. Because she's got food. Looks, you'll do fine with your channel. Give me a second to get you guys back in the cradle here. And I'm sorry if I missed anybody. Let me get caught up. And I got to head back into the kitchen. Thank you, Craig. Hi, Jamie from Craig. Craig is saying hello to you. Miss Avocado. Thank you, dear. Hello to your wife. Thank you. You'll like my wife. I got a feeling looking at your stuff, my wife and I would like each other. Avoid history. Help man. My friend Byron is becoming a radical Mormon. Okay. He wants to have more than one wife. He wants 10. No, I can't and I won't. Or we got to start moving back towards the kitchen. But hang on. I know I'm going to bounce you guys around a tiny bit. Just forgive me for the bad camera movement. But I fired my personal assistant the other day. And since I fired him, for some reason, they won't help me out anymore. But we can talk about the Mormon issue in a second, though. I'm just trying to get my camera set up. All right. Let's go back to the kitchen. Sorry for all the movement around. Here's our wall of fame, me and my wife. This is our wall of fame or shame, depending on how you want to call it. That's us. That's us, right there. That's us. You guys want to see my beautiful doggy? Lily, say hi. You guys want to see Lily? What you doing, Lily? Here's my fat dog. She's got one crippled leg. But we like her anyway. Huh, Lily? Oh, Lily's a good dog. Thank you all for the thumbs up, everybody. Here, let me change that. Desi, thank you. Thank you. It's good meeting you. I look forward to more conversations. My fiance is from Alabama. Please let me scold my friend Byron for wanting more wives than he already has. No. All right. If you want to talk about this, I'm one of the channels that doesn't get scared of religion or politics. I'm just not. So I'll talk to you about religion, about beliefs. Now, you may not like what I have to say, may not like my opinion, but I'll tell you anyway. So come this way. See if you guys can come this way. Come back to, I don't make you dizzy. Here. All right. So, let me get my iPad turned back on real quick so I can sit down and read better. But I don't think it's your place to scold your friend about anything your friend wants to do. Because my question would be, who are you to say what somebody can and cannot do, or what somebody can or cannot believe? It's not for us to dictate what others believe or don't believe. Just not. It's not us. You can express your concerns, your thoughts, but if he wants 10 wives and can pull it off, and if that's part of his religious beliefs, a lot of us do not believe in polygamy or having multiple wives, right? But who am I to say that he's wrong? I can say, Craig is wrong for being from Australia. I'm wrong because I wear a hat. See what I mean? It's not our place to judge others. If you want to help somebody through a process, the best thing you can do is to listen to them, listen to their rationale, understand why they think the things that they're doing. That's what's important. A good scolding can lead into a spanking, so all good. There you go. And if you got 10 wives, there you go, right, Dennis? So, Dennis, you might want to check out Miss Desi's cooking channel. So, when you get time. Well, the correlation is it doesn't matter. It's not your business. It's not your business what color I marry, what color I am. If I want to pretend I'm a dog, it's just not your business. That's the correlation. And in the scheme of things, does it really matter? Why is it so? Why do you think you're so entitled that your friend has to do what you think, right? That's my question. So you must feel entitled. When we want to judge or correct somebody, we automatically go, hey, we are right, you are wrong, and it's shameful that you don't believe the way I believe. Who are you to be that type of person? Don't be that type of person. If he truly is a friend, accept him for the way he is. That's what a friend does. A friend accepts people for who they are. I mean, look at Dennis. Dennis accepts me for who I am. Miss Jamie says, how did you know Dennis was going to say that? Hugs, and does she deliver? Woohoo! I don't know, Dennis, but she might. But, she's got some great recipes. Well, because I know Dennis. Jamie, Miss Avocado, Queen of the Avocados. I know my buddy. I know Dennis. Come on now. But when I want to make a point in a conversation, if I want to try to persuade an argument, I believe the most important thing to do is to hear the person out 1,000% over and over and over. Well, I'm not saying you're jealous. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying you're jealous that he wants 10 wives. I'm asking you what makes you entitled to tell him what he can and cannot do in the world. That's what I'm asking you. Hello, genius. Wow, the Aussie's in the house. Yes, Dennis is a genius today. I will not let him have another wife. Whatever I need to do, I wish. No, I'm not going to assist you because I think you're wrong. I think also if you do that, you'll lose your friend. So obviously to me, your view, your opinion, your way of thinking is more important than your friendship. So therefore, in my book and how I see things, you're not a true friend. You're not. Genius, yes. He's our Canadian genius. Does anybody agree with me or disagree with me about, what's our friend's name? Avoid History's comments? Well, but that's okay. I mean, are you in love with them? Is that the problem? Don't you want your buddy to be happy? Because if you're truly his friend, you'll want him to be happy. Whether it's having 10 wives or no wives. whether it's being gay or straight or have purple hair all his life. It doesn't matter. None of the women agree. That they don't have to agree with me. That's the great thing about my channel and my live streams. Nobody has to agree with me. So, and I bet you Jamie actually agrees with me. Miss Avocado, the queen of avocados in here. I bet you if you ask her avoid history, she would agree with me. She's a woman. But the good thing about me, I don't care if you agree with me or not. I really don't. It doesn't bother me any. It's a great topic, but I think it says more about you than it does about your friend, if your friend even exists, because we know how some of this goes. But hey, you know, one time I thought about converting to Muslim, to become a Muslim so I could have 6 wives, not 7, but 6, one for each day of the week, and then have one day of the week off. So, Miss Avocado, do you have an opinion? If she might be busy in the background feeding her baby, so give her a couple of minutes. So you're saying none of the women would agree with me that you need to mind your own business? If you were a true friend, you wouldn't stick your nose into his business? If you're a true friend, you wouldn't abandon him because he does something that you don't agree with? Is that what you think? Let your friend live their life, Miss Avocado says. The queen of avocados says, let your friend live their life. 10 wives, okay, till you reach 50. Then you struggle to keep them happy. Well, yeah. Now, the only thing I would say about, and on another side of the coin, the problem I would have with 10 wives is how would I support them? If they're not going to get jobs and work, my only concern would be how would I financially support them? You know, so that's something, you know, if you want an argument against him, ask your friend, how are you going to financially support him? Oh, holds accountable to your standards. So you're entitled. Your standards are the standard that everybody ought to follow. That's what you're saying. 10 is too many. A true friend holds another accountable, but accountable to your standards. I think you're off base, but that's okay. You're welcome to be off base. Nobody is telling you not to have 10 wives or to have 10 wives, are they? You know, your friend's probably not doing anything to you. I do think there's probably a part of you that maybe is a little, maybe not jealous, but envy that he's found his path. Maybe that's what it is. He kind of has a mission, a goal in life. I don't know. My standard is he doesn't freak up his life and his family. Well, okay, you know, Lord of the world, master of all beings, the standard setter for everybody in the world. How do you not know, or how do you have to come to the concept that you're not the all-knowing. This young man with 10 wives may become the happiest person in the world. Those 10 ladies might become the happiest women in the world. You don't know why you do things and what the aftermath will be. You're looking at all the negative, because you, by God, me, the standard bearer, doesn't want him to do that. You have 3 choices. Express your concern, but in a way that doesn't sound judgmental. Nice. Keep in touch with your friend, but keep your distance. I agree. And if that helps you with your peace, I agree. If you don't like it, don't hang out with them, is what she's saying. As I said earlier, sure, share your thoughts and opinions with him, but don't be surprised if he says, I really don't care what you think. I'm going to do what's best for me and mine. And if he does that, what are you going to do? We have tons and tons of these stupid little USB plugs everywhere. But half of them doesn't work. Drives me crazy. What I'll simply tell you is life is too short to be a douchebag. You know, life is too short to think you're better than somebody else. You may miss out by being the way you're being with a friendship that would change your world for the better. I've been in a lot of different relationships, known a lot of people over the years, and one thing I'll say is I'm a firm believer we don't know why people come into our lives. They may be here for a day, they may be here for 10 years. And what you're looking at is a one-sided coin versus a two-sided. As long as I am alive, his wife count will never be 10. All right, then go kill him. Get it over with. You sound like such of a stud. Go do it. Why are you asking me? You know, you've already got it in your troll brain that you're going to try to manipulate somebody, control somebody's life. Go do it. Why talk about it? You know, actions speak louder than words. Go do it. Have fun with it. Because I think you're too stupid to listen to anybody else. And that's kind of a troll thing. Being too stupid to listen to anybody else. Jamie says, at the end of the day, if he has 10 wives, it's his choice. And those 10 women's businesses, not any of yours. I agree with that. I agree. Whatever consenting adults do is really nobody's business. And I'm real big on that. Mind your own business. He's skinny and broke his hand while shipping paint. Well, okay, tell him to eat more and tell him to, I don't know, put a cast on his wrist. Jim sees in the house, likes that. Jim, you like that? Thank you for that. So, trying to charge my iPad up or get my iPad so I can read the chat a little bit better. But anyway, some people are just dumb as rocks. Some people can't, you know, it's all right. You know, the world is a great place. And what's really great about the world is there's a lot of smart people. There's a shitload of dumb people. There's a lot of people that are ignorant. A lot of people that are stupid, unexperienced. God, I could just go on and on and on and on and on. That's what makes the world a great place. So I think it's great. All right, let's see. You guys want to come over here? I got to check my turkey out. Come over here. I got to flip the turkey. I think it's getting close. But I do need to buy a bigger pot because I will say I have to do this a lot. I cook a turkey about every 2.5 months for my dog. I think I need to just invest into a bigger pot, a taller one that I can really turn the heat up on and boil it quicker at a higher temperature would probably make my life easier. Because even on this one, I have to cut the turkey in pieces, take the legs and wings off, do the breast, and then do that. All right. Does anybody want to come over and do dishes for me? I got a bunch of dishes that need to be done. Or smaller. Well, I can't get smaller turkeys, Craig. I tried. I really did. I wanted 10-pound turkeys, is all I wanted. You can't get 10 to 12-pound turkeys here. They're usually about 16 to 20-pound turkeys. And when you do find the 10 to 12s, they cost way more than the big turkeys. It's crazy. The queen of avocado says, I just finished. My dish is here. Craig, can you send me some small turkeys from Australia? But that was the plan. I wanted small turkeys. Can't get them. When you do find them, they're more expensive than the large turkeys, which is just crazy. So, I guess I could not feed my dog turkey, but my dog would be really mad at me. I did think about baking the turkey, but that takes longer, and I think it takes more energy. I don't know. I like boiling it because I debone it and then freeze it. So it is a pain in the butt. And I don't put any seasoning in it. And you don't want to send me any turkeys, Craig? Craig, I think that hurts my feelings. I think that hurts my feelings. So, man, I don't know. But I need a bigger pot. I got a big pot that we deep fry like crispy pata, that I make crispy pata in. I got one of those great big pots that you do like a seafood boil in. But that's way too big. It doesn't fit in my stove area. It's too big. So I use it outdoors with a gas burner for seafood boils and other deep frying stuff. But it's too big for the stove. But first world problems, right? All right. Now I gotta get the rest of the turkey in there. It's like I'm cooking up body parts. Like I'm Hannibal Lecter, Dr. Lecter. We're literally just gonna let this old turkey meat just sit and let it cool off. Because then I can debone it later. All right, let me grab a chair. See my tripod. There we go. I'm almost out of breath. All right, let me get. There we go. All right. Smoke break. I'm gonna move some cars around. Nice. Craig just got up there in Australia. He's probably got work to do this morning. Cruising with PAC is in the house. What an outstanding, fine young man that person is. So yeah, we got a lot going on, boys and girls. I did get the wife's present wrapped. Dennis, if you're listening in the background. There's a dollar to anybody that can guess what Lorelai got for her birthday as a gift. And then I really need to work on the menu. I need to figure out what I'm responsible for. Thank you all for the thumbs up again. I do got a big list of stuff I got to go to Sam's and get, but I think I'm going to wait until Thursday or Friday, probably Friday, because I need it to be fairly fresh. And the party's Saturday the 7th. Then I got to pick up her designer cake on the day of the party, and then I got to touch base with James to see how the stuff that he's shipping out is coming along. Sliders. Now I just saw, we have a new friend. If you guys didn't see her channel, please check her out. She's got a great channel. She's a cook. Let me find her title again. I'd like for you guys to check her out. I think it'd be a good channel to subscribe to. Do It Like Desi has a cooking channel, and she's got some a couple slider recipes on there that I'm going to look at later and see if I can steal them. I guess Avoid History ran away and hid. He didn't get the answers he likes, so he decided to run off. But I'm going to make some sliders. She has a recipe on there like it has mango sliders. I'm going to check that out and see if I can incorporate that, because that's definitely more of a tropical Asian thing. And that will be unique, so I need to watch her recipe for that. But we're doing pork and Swiss. And I'm going to do just a simple barbecue slider. These are things that I'm cooking that I'm going to have to work on, that I know for sure. And then I'm doing a hot dish, which is Little Smokies. I don't know if you guys know what Little Smokies are. I'm not a gigantic fan of them. They need to be washed and all that juice rinsed off before I like them. So we, Little Smokies, and I'm doing some home-style meatballs, not home making them. And I'm gonna mix those together like in a crock pot that I have. And we're gonna add barbecue sauce, and I'm gonna let them simmer so that people can just pick out the meatballs and the little Smokies. So right now I know I have the pork. Let me put a star. It's not gonna help. I have a list going. All right, so Little Smokies and meatballs with barbecue sauce is a dish I'm making. We're gonna make a bunch of sliders. Trying to think of another. So what I have is I have one of those compartments that have 3 units in it, 3 heated units, 3 like hot pots things, 3 compartments that I'm going to use to put the Little Smokies and meatballs in. So I would like to find something in addition to that to put into the other 2. So I've been trying to rack my brain about what can I make that's a hot dish. Doesn't need to be super hot, but warm for those other 2 containers. So I'm working on that. If anybody has any suggestions what I should cook, let me know. Lorelai's already making biscotti, American biscotti. It'll probably be pancit, lumpia. We're going to do multiple fish. I think they're going to cook the fish. I'm not. There's also a chicken dish that they're doing. We're cooking 6 racks of ribs, pork ribs. I think we're doing 6 racks because we got a lot of people coming, and a lot of people seem to like to eat our ribs. We cook a lot of ribs at parties and they get gobbled up. So I'm thinking about that, about doing 6 racks of ribs. Do them in the oven, be easy. Got to get them thawed out probably Wednesday though. Desserts are coming. Oh, I'm going to make some cookies. I found a recipe for cookies. I have some ubi sweetened condensed milk I need to use up. So I found a recipe and I'll be able to use that sweetened condensed milk and turn them into like an ubi cookie. I need to use those up, so I'm going to make those as an additional thing. We do have cupcakes coming, so that's not a big deal there. Man, we got a lot going on. We got a lot going on. Oops. So I need some more. I thought about maybe like doing a soup, but they will make an Asian soup. It's probably like fish head soup, and they will all eat that. They don't really like American soups. I do know. Oh, maybe I can do that. Maybe there's going to be Americans here, so maybe I can make some chili. What do you think? Should I make a batch of chili? The other thing I thought about making was, oh, maybe I should do that. I was thinking about making some. Oh, that's what it was. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. Let's see if you guys like this. If you don't, I don't care. I'm going to take, one of my dishes is going to be the spinach, artichoke dip, and what I dip, not dish, dip. And here's what I do with this, and people really love it. I actually buy it at Sam's. It comes in a large container. It's really good. I take it, I heat it up, I spread it out, I'll put it in the container, and I bake it, and I put a crust of Parmesan cheese on top of it. So when it bakes, it has kind of a crust, and then you eat it like normal chips and dip, and everybody absolutely loves that. Spinach dip. I wish I could read my writing. Do I need to buy anything? I just need the spinach dip. I think I have that on my list, maybe. So I got to get spinach dip. And then the other one I was going to make, or I thought about making, was, because we're going to, there's a bunch of people here. I thought about making like a, what do you call that? When you use like cheese and you put sausage in it and like rotel or salsa, a cheesy dip, so that we have in this 3-compartment thing that's hot. We can put the little smokies and barbecue, the spinach dip, and then maybe the cheese dip. Because I really can't. I thought about doing some macaroni and cheese, making that and putting it in there. Thought people might like macaroni and cheese, because I wouldn't mind making it like a gourmet macaroni and cheese. So, I could buy some at Sam's Club pre-made and just put it in there and say, there you go. Or I could try to make some gourmet mac and cheese. This is one thing I could do. We do have we're going to have crab ragoon and some egg rolls and lumpia. We're going to have, oh my gosh, a lot of different hors d'oeuvres coming up for the party. We can get those at Sam's easier than making them ourselves. So we'll buy a lot of this at Sam's. And they're really good, pretty good quality. We're going to have, I'm trying to think, what else? What I'm really worried about is, what do I got to figure out? What is it do I have to cook? So that's what I'm working on. I know, I don't know. I wish I could think of something better than what did I just say I was gonna do there? I forgot again. Mac and cheese. Mac and cheese, maybe. I can look at that. Or I can look at a cheese dip. Craig is back in the house. Craig, I'm working on my list for my wife's birthday party while I'm boiling turkey. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna make. So I'm gonna make some Little Smokies meatballs and barbecue sauce. That's always good. I'm gonna make some ubi cookies. I also like to make a spinach artichoke dip with a crust of Parmesan cheese on it. They always seem to like that and eat it. And now I'm trying to decide whether I'm going to make mac and cheese or a cheese dip also. So I haven't decided if I want to make gourmet mac and cheese or if I want to make a cheese dip like with pork sausage and rotella and all that in it. Ken says, I just got home really late today. Ken, thank you for coming in. We appreciate you. It's always good to get home. I'm just in the kitchen boiling turkey. I'm working on my dog's dog food today. I'm supposed to be washing dishes, but I got busy talking to you. So when my wife comes home tonight and says, why didn't the dishes get done? I'm going to blame it on you guys, all right? So I'm working on that. So I'm working on part of what we're cooking for next Saturday. I don't know if I'm making crispy pata or not. I told her I would. I don't really like making it, but I will. I'm not making pork belly lechon. We need the oven space for the ribs we're doing, so I don't really have space to do that and time to do it. Because when I make pork belly lechon, it takes me 2 days. I make it the authentic way that I was taught living in Cebu. Sure, blame me. I can handle it. That's good. That's what I do. I blame everybody else. Rule number 1, blame anybody else you can. So, but I don't know. Should I make a, nah, I don't think people really like a corn dish. I know there's some really unique corn dishes out there. Oh, maybe I should do that because I got some of this. Let me look at this. Hold on, guys. Let me get in here. We got these big bags of stuffing on clearance at Sam's Club the other day. And I really like stuffing myself. I'm a big stuffing guy. Greg says, lots of work. Oh my God, Craig, you don't know half of it, buddy. This is brown butter and herbs with roasted garlic and sea salt. So I'm thinking I might just make, maybe I should do that. Instead of mac and cheese and dip, maybe I'll just make this and use it up. They have some recipes on the back. I'm going to give you the name of these recipes or these dishes, and you guys tell me what you would prefer. So it has a recipe for what they call easy, everyday stuffing, which is basically just the ingredients, some chicken stock and butter and an egg. Pretty simple. They have one called a savory breakfast casserole that looks like the difference is you add milk and eggs, butter, bacon, optional, and shredded cheese. You can do out of this. And then you can do just classic stuffing, which is chicken broth, half and half, large eggs. You got to add additional onion and celery and butter and sausage as optional. All right, so basically, on here, on Kinder's brand, by the way, Kinder's, this live stream could have been brought to the people by you, my friends. I am happy to be your pitch person. I love stuffing. I hope your stuffing is something that I will love. So, I got to get my e-bacon out there. I got to get a quart, and since nobody will help me buy my wife a house, I got to try to get, you know, something going. I got to get me a sponsor somewhere. So Craig kind of likes a classic, which just has the onions and optional sausage. Now, here's something, I don't know, a lot of you guys have ever had or not. Have you ever had stuffing with like oysters in it, oyster stuffing? I was thinking, since all of these people are Filipinos, I wonder if I threw oysters in it. You think I mean, I've had real oyster stuffing, like, you know, from people that live in the Northeast that really know how to make it and shit like that. And it's okay, I don't mind it. It's not my favorite, but I don't mind it. Tim is in the house. Good evening, PAC. Raise hello to Tim. Hello, Tim. So I've had that, but, you know, a lot of times Filipinos don't like traditional American stuff, right? And I know there's going to be some American people here. I don't know what I should do. Savory breakfast casserole is where you add bacon. You put bacon? Have anybody ever heard of putting bacon on turkey, on stuffing? We're talking about stuffing here. Hello, Tim. How are you? Tim, I hope your air quality is doing good today. I've never ever heard of stuffing, or what do they call this? Yeah, stuffing mix with bacon and cheese. That might be good. What do you think? Or you can substitute a half a pound of breakfast sausage for the bacon instead. And shredded cheese. Now, I would use good quality cheese. Tim says, no oysters and stuffing. All right. Yeah, we just have some in the freezer, you know. Air quality is okay today. Nice, good. Bacon, no cheese for me. All right. And then, as Craig said earlier, the classic is always good. The classic has chicken broth besides this, half and half, large eggs, minced yellow onion, minced celery stalks, butter, and you can add sausage as an optional, but no cheese. But I need to use this up. So, all right, we're going to make a bag of this for her birthday party. Okay? Does anybody disagree with me? Yeah, we need to use this up. This is supposed to be no good in August, so I got to use this up. August of this year. So we're going to make that. I like stovetop. I do. I'm a stovetop stuffing guy. Well, that's kind of what this is. You know, but it's the Sam's Club or the fancy brand, Tim. I make that. I like dressing. So, all right, let me scratch out the fact. I'm not going to make macaroni and cheese. I'm not making cheese dip. Maybe I need to rewrite what I'm doing. So we're going to make sliders, ham and cheese. And I'm going to go with Swiss cheese. You guys all agree putting Swiss cheese on ham sliders is the way to go? Put candles in it and you're set. Absolutely. And then I was also just going to make barbecue pork, pulled pork, sliders. You know, that's it. Just no cheese or anything, just pulled pork. I'll be listening while I wake up in the mornings. So, sliders. And we're going to make the hot dish of little smokies and meatballs with barbecue sauce. So they're going to be marinating, cooking, and sitting in barbecue sauce. I think people would like that. And I may try to put, I don't know how to put an Asian flavor into it. Ah, shit. I made a line where I shouldn't have made a line. Oh, then I'm going to make this. We're going to make dressing. Well, it's called stuffing. Okay? Those are my hot dishes. I'm missing a hot dish. Oh, then my third hot dish is going to be a spinach dip with a crusted Parm cheese on it. They all really, when I make this, they really like it. And then since I have some sweetened condensed milk I need to use up, I'm going to make some ubi cookies. Okay? That's what I know I'm making. I don't know what Lorelai wants me to do. Lasagna's always good. I agree. I make really good homemade lasagna. But as you know, man, making homemade lasagna takes some time and energy to make it good, real home, and it's expensive to make. And Greg, I'm not saying I'm cheap, but I'm not, blowing the budget. Because I'm already going to spend a bunch of money on desserts. So, we got to get some Coke. Not that type of Coke. We got to get some drinks. So let me make another list to add to my Walmart list. We need sodas, water. No, I didn't hear Neil Sedok had passed away. Wow. That's crazy. Well, God, he had to be in his 70s at least by now, right? What am I making? Oh, I got to get some. We better make sure we got eggs at Sam's. We need more eggs from Sam's when we go next week. I believe he was 80. Wow, 86. James is in the house. James, how are you, my friend? I'm working on my list. I bought extra butter the other day. All right. So we're getting ready for the party, not tomorrow, but the following week, James. So I'm working on getting the my list of things I'm cooking and making. While I cook turkey for Lily. My dog Lily needs more turkey, James, so I'm cooking up a turkey. James says, hello to you, Queen of the Avocado, Miss Jamie, how are you? Yes, I saw that. Woohoo, Ken says. Craig, Tim, what y'all up to today? Hello, everybody from Pat. Hey, Pat, you just coming in, huh? Me too. That's right. Everybody's saying hello to each other. So, yeah. Working on getting your sound bites singing downloaded so I can upload it. Cool. Hello, Pat, from everybody. Pat says hello, 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 everybody. Nice, thank you, Pat. So I'm working on our menu for next week. I mean, tomorrow we got to clean the house, get the garage organized, do a bunch of decorating, all of that. But I'm working on the menu. Lorelai has some things in her head, but I don't know what she's planning to cook, everybody. So thank you all for the thumbs up, by the way. It's hot in my kitchen today. Hello, Jamie from Tim, Queen of the Avocado. It's a good name for you, Jamie. Queen of the Avocados. I like that. So, I know we have a friend that's making lumpia, who makes really good lumpia. Again, sounds good. Hiya, Tim and James, getting ready to put the baby to sleep. Woohoo! Hello, hello, hello. Yes, the baby to sleep. Our friend's bringing their baby over Sunday. The new baby that's in our world is coming over Sunday. Lorelai's excited because it's been over a week since she's seen that little baby. And so their new baby is coming over Sunday. We're cooking some food and they're going to join us for dinner. And Jovan will probably wind up help Lorelai decorating, so which is good. He's young, he's healthy, he can climb ladders like a Spider-Man. So we'll put him to work decorating on this Saturday and Sunday. Sorry if I missed anyone. I am multitasking. I don't think you did. I think you got everybody. Plus, Jamie, I think everybody understands what you go through. So I've come up with some dishes that I'm going to make myself besides chips. We got to buy chips. I'm making a Walmart list. Does anybody need from Walmart? Anybody need anything from Walmart? If you do, let me know. I'll get it for you. Maybe I'll have hold on, I gotta do the turkey. I gotta flip over the body parts. I do like Desi. Pat has a really good channel. I'm looking forward to watching some of her videos. I would encourage all of you guys to do it. She seems like a fine person, a good little channel, a lot of great cooking videos. I'm excited about checking out her Do It Like Desi's cooking channel, guys. James, if you're still in the background, I'm drinking one of your beers. I'm having a drink on James. Ah, Tim, that's a good point. We have those already done. We have lots of paper plates, bowls, silverware. She may need more forks. I've been there to ask. Let me put a question mark or two behind that. But we do have a lot of paper plates, napkins, spoons, and bowls. Because, you know, in a Filipino party, they're going to have soup. So we go through a lot of those little bowls. So we have plenty of bowls. Pat says, okie dokie. Bruce is completely off formula and drinks milk like crazy. Yeah, our friend said that their baby has been drinking a lot, which is good. I mean, it's only 5 pounds, 14 ounces, so it definitely needs to suck down some nutrition. Ken, if you are here, I appreciate all your hard work on the trailers. They look great. So, yeah. We have those. We have those. We have the multicolored ones. We have the green, the blue, and the yellow colors. The summer colors. We have a big bag of those, but that's a good help. Jamie, I should send tonight for your approval. I did some things to it. Very nice. But we might need more forks. We may be out of forks from the last party. We do got, what else are we doing? Thank you to Ken. Jamie says, I trust you 110%. Uh-oh. What else do we do? We got to get more. I already got that down. So here's on my shopping list for Walmart. I got a different shopping list for Sam's. We got to get some soda, some water, some ingredients for my sausage dip. Garbage bags, yep, I got those. And I even got large contractor-sized garbage bags. Now, you know about the Ziploc bag situation, right? I have my good bags that I'm using today for my dog, and I keep them hid, and then we do have some average bags, some generic Ziploc bags for everybody else when it's time to take food home. So, because Lorelai has told them all that food can't be taken home before 9 o'clock, I think. Packing, as they call it, will be done at 9. Ice, well, we have a ice maker, so I think we're okay there. And that's kind of weird because one thing, Craig, is I'm a big ice fan. I like ice. But I don't see a lot of these people using ice in their cup of Coke. You know, I mean, I see Americans doing it, but I don't see a lot of the Filipino women when they pour Coke getting ice. Jamie says, so you're all going to have rules for the party about people having tripods for their TikToks? I don't know. It's such of a drama. I don't know. It frustrates me, Jamie. There's going to be a lot of people here. I got a feeling. I don't know how I'm going to deal with it. I've tried to express my concerns. You know, I don't know what to do. I really don't. I don't. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to have to figure out how to handle that better or something. Apparently, I found out that she's, I guess somehow she has our internet password, so maybe I ought to change that. Create a cringe-free zone. There you go. I don't use ice. It waters down the drinks. Yeah. I like ice, but that's because I drink the soda so fast, it doesn't give it a chance to melt. But I don't know how to do that because I was offended at the baby shower because the baby shower is supposed to be about them, not makeup girl. And I don't want Lorelai's party to turn into that because this one particular young lady that I referred to as makeup girl believes that she has to be the center of attention no matter what. They just had a big issue. This is so freaking crazy to me. It drives my ass bonkers. So they're all going to go. There's one lady who's a nice lady that I've known for, God, 20 plus years, long before I met Lorelai, who wanted to get some of the girls together for a late dinner of her birthday. You know, just to hang out with the girls. That's right, in the coolers. So they planned for it to go this Sunday. This is what irritates me. Apparently, the one girl, the makeup girl, the drama girl, couldn't go at 3 or 4 o'clock on Sunday. She wanted everybody to go at 1 o'clock, but people couldn't go at 1 o'clock. So she kind of threw a who fit, you know, and so they all had to reschedule for her to do it Saturday, like at 3 or 4. And I'm just like, and I told Lorelai, because when they were all going back and forth about bitching and arguing about this the other day, I told her, I said, I don't want you doing this. I don't want you fighting with these people over what time to go to effing dinner. You know, you're above this. You know, if she can't go, she can't go. If they all want to go and you can't go, then you can't go. I don't want to hear this. I don't want you to lower yourself to the level of getting petty, because they're all getting petty about, Well, I want to go, you can't go, you're being mean to me because I can't, bullshit, 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 bullshit. I finally got upset when Lorelai was on the phone, and I told her, I said, just stop it all. Don't go. I don't want you getting involved in this type of drama. It's not worth it. So, made me mad. Don't like it. So now they're going Saturday, but and if you look at everything that goes on, like at the concert, at all the other parties, that no matter what's going on, where they're at, this makeup girl thinks she's a shooting star, and muscles the other girls out of the way. And the other thing I don't appreciate, and I'll tell you this, I don't like it when people use filters. I don't like that. I think it's lying when you use a filter. A lot of filters going on, but she will edit photos to make the other girls look bad and to make herself look better. And then she posts them all over Facebook and sends them to everybody's page. I don't like it. I don't like any of it. I told Lorelai this. James says, David, I'll give you help. I'm sending you a message on Messenger. All right, great. David, don't go bonkers. I know. Exactly. The main focus needs to be, Lily, what are you trying to kill? Well, go outside and do it. The main focus is on the birthday girl. It's her party. The petty middle school drama from the mature women don't. Yeah, I know. Now, they're going to go outside into the garage, and they're going to take up, this is what Filipinos do. They take a lot of photos, right? They do this, and I get it. They take a lot of videos of themselves, which I think is perfectly fine. But what I just don't like, it's like, I got to be the shining star. I pointed this out to Lorelai over and over and over. Look, here's what I mean by this. This individual thinks only of herself. She thinks she's above you and that girl and that girl and that girl and that girl. She thinks all of you guys are below her. That no matter where she's at, it's all about her. So I get frustrated. James, I am a little irritated and frustrated. And I don't know what to do. Very petty about instant. Everyone changes time available just at one. Yeah, I agree. Right? It's like, Jesus, you guys are fighting over. And I told Lorelai that. You are better than fighting over what time to go to dinner with these people. If it doesn't work for your schedule, it doesn't work. If they're all going to bow down to this stupid girl, whatever. I don't like it. I gotta admit. So, let me check James's messenger. So, it irritates me. I'm frustrated, but I don't know, man. James, you said you sent me a message. Haven't got it yet. Maybe it'll come through a little bit. But I don't know, guys. And I think there's a time, and here's part of what I look at. There's two things that I look at, guys. And maybe this is an American versus Filipino. When I go to parties and events or people's houses, if I am going to live stream at all, I always ask permission. I think it's the only appropriate thing to do. Hey, and I would do it every time. Hey, do you mind? Because today I may not want you to do it. Tomorrow may be okay. But I always ask. Always ask. The other thing, and maybe this truly is just me being an asshole, I don't ask people for their Wi-Fi either. If I come to your house, I'm not going to ask you for your Wi-Fi. I'm just not. If you come to my house and you're a guest and you're going to stay here, and I know that you have your phone the way it is, I'll offer you my Wi-Fi. I don't care. But I think it's really rude for you to think I should just give you my Wi-Fi. Without, I don't know, it just, that really, because I wouldn't ask you for yours. The Filipino way, why don't they do what they do in schools, assign someone who doesn't know some of them to record the whole party? and then that person can send the video. Well, Jamie, here's the problem with that. All of these things are online and they see it, but they have, remember the song back in the olden days called Rose-Colored Glasses? It's called Filipino Glasses. When they see these videos, all they see is how beautiful they are. I love my wife, I love Filipinos, but I'm telling you, when they see themselves in a picture or they see themselves on a video, everything else is gone. It's Filipino glasses, and it's all about, oh my God, look at me, I was so pretty in that picture. Tim says, I like doing things spontaneously. If I have a few, yeah, if you got a few days notices to be spontaneous, I'm with you, man. But it's all there. But then what they do is they just blur out or use a filter to change the narrative. Filipino glasses, you like that one, kid? You know, I've been around the Filipino community since I was 18 years of age. Now, I've only been married 12, but I've been around this community. I've had them in my house for years. I know how this works. I never asked anyone for the Wi-Fi. I put my phone away when I go to someone's house. Yeah, exactly. I don't ask. I don't know. I just think it's inappropriate. There are people that I know that when they come here, I will ask them, because I know them. Hey, do you need to use the Wi-Fi? Oh, no. I got plenty of, I don't, whatever you call it on your phone. I don't know what you call it. Wi-Fi on my phone. I don't know what you call it. But I have that on my phone where I don't need to worry about Wi-Fi. Cultural differences, give up, never understand or change it. Yes. Selective hearing and understanding English. Yes. So, I wouldn't mind some of the dancing videos if the girl didn't try to make it all about her and intentionally try to make others look bad. If she can't be front and center leading the charge, then she doesn't want to do it. If somebody else is doing it, and I've seen this over the years, if somebody else is doing something like this and it's not her being front and center, she won't be involved. No. I've seen it with my own eyes. Data. Yeah, data. Whatever it is. Yeah, I have that on my phone. Data, I guess, is what it is. But if I know, hey, like maybe if James came to visit, he's from California, right? So he's a long ways. He comes to visit. I'm going to make sure he has my Wi-Fi if he needs it, right? Because I know he's from a long ways away. But if you're just right down the road, I'm not going to ask you for your damn Wi-Fi. Pat says, when I'm going to a party, I go with the flow. Yes. Exactly, Tim. Only hear what they want to hear. I agree. They only hear what they want to hear and they only see what they want to see. And it drives somebody like me crazy. It really does. I don't know. But it's the food situation has gotten better in our world because we put an itinerary on things. And of course, one thing I know is a lot of these locals around here, whether they hate me or not, they watch my videos. They watch these live streams. So they must hear me talking shit and bitching and moaning and whining about all of this, right? They must hear it. So they know that's my opinion. There you go. Jamie says, Pat, be careful of the flow. It could be crazy. It could take you right down into the drain. But it's like the food thing. It was even reported at that concert over the last weekend that the wife went to. Well, somebody was stuffing buffet food that was part of the VIP ticket in their purse, packing it up and sticking it in their purse. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Because here's part of what I know, and I get frustrated. One, we make way too much food for these parties. Way too much food. People pack it up, take it home, and throw it away. So it frustrates me on my end that we make too much food. then it frustrates me that it's thrown away later. Pat says, yes, you are right, Jamie. That's why I don't have any potties at my place. You're a smart man, Tim, no matter what anybody says. Thank you all for the thumbs up for Tim being smarter than me. So, I fully announced at different gatherings, like when we have our big tropical shirt party, hey, and I've made videos about proper etiquette at parties. Does it go on deaf ears? Probably. But we do have things set up now where we have an itinerary for the party. And down at the bottom, at whatever time is chosen for whatever event, it says packing leftovers. Because, and Lorelai's really good. Lorelai doesn't pack food from other places. We don't. We have a philosophy in life. And I hope everybody would have this philosophy. Because if it's my philosophy, it's the greatest philosophy in the world, don't you know? But I have a philosophy in the world. You give more than you take. You never take more than you give. I'm just gigantically big on that. I will bring food to your house and I will take nothing. That's how I do it. I'm just that way. Jamie says, I walked out of a party once. Once the friends wanted to, cut the birthday girl's cake. Oh my God, that's horrible. Hand her all of the presents, tell the host what to put in goodie bags, demand they get extra food, and go. Home while contributing. Yeah, and we have that problem it's in this community. A lot of them will bring $3 worth of food, if you want to get petty. They'll bring $3, $5 worth of food and take home $40 worth of food. You know, we've had them literally take whole pieces of meat, ribs, pork lechon that I had set for everybody to eat, and it disappears. I've had it stuffed in people's purses and took into their cars. They were telling people where to sit based on being single, married, divorced, and who. Ooh, that's kind of shitty. Oh my! So we've been there, done that. We've had a lot of different experiences. Let me tell you. But for Lorelai's party, same as in the baby shower, what we're doing is we're having an agenda. Lorelai, the party starts about 5. There's a certain time that we're all going to eat. There's a certain time that Lorelai has on, and I don't know what it is. She said she sent it to me, but I don't have it. So there's going to be a time where she cuts the cake, opens the presents, all of that stuff. You know what I mean? So I encourage her to set this up because I think when you have a free-for-all, that's what it becomes. If you don't have structure, it becomes a free-for-all. So, I don't know, maybe I'm just a big asshole. Sorry, not Pat, but Michael says that I keep my distance from people that I don't seem to like people. Is what Michael said the other day. He kind of thinks that I'm not a people liker. Like him, Mike and Venus, you know. MJ, he loves all over people. But I guess I have the different effect. And so he was telling me I'm not a very loving person the other day. Which is okay. Don't pick on him about it. It's fine. It's fine. Cars are parked nice out front. Hoopties down the street. Yes. Yeah. Well, and I have a lot of rules. I know I'm crazy because I have a lot of rules in life, but I hold myself accountable somewhat. It's like at our house. Apparently there's a lot of Americans coming to Lorelai's party, which is shocking to all the girls because usually their husbands don't want to come to the parties. I don't go to the parties. And why I don't go to the parties is because how I feel like I'm a 22nd wheel, meaning there's no place for me. I feel out of place. You know, it's not appropriate for me to hang out and chit-chat with all the girls. It's just not. Now, I know a lot of them, known them for years, so I can say hi and do this and that, but I'm married. I shouldn't sit there and just gab away with girl. I just shouldn't do it. I don't think it's appropriate for my wife or for their husband or whatever. I think you got to be more respectful. If I was closer, I'd come. Yeah, we'd love to have you. We open our parties. We do. And that's kind of one of the weird things is we invite everybody. We really do, Jamie. We've had people from YouTube come and join us. We have. We've invited Dennis. Dennis almost came one year. Henry came to one of our parties one year. So, a lot of men don't like to go to these parties. Now, what I do, I make damn sure there's a place that men go to hang out. I've gone to a lot of parties, and there's another things I have. If you're going to be a host, and I made a video, and I'm going to re-release it, about how to be a good host husband. My job as a host husband, whether I like it or not, is to make sure that every man that comes into my house feels comfortable, feels welcome. I get them to hang out with the other guys. I get them to talk with the other guys. Get them all together so they can drink, have a beer, relax, enjoy themselves. I've been to many of these parties where there is no, the guy is stuck over there, one stuck over here, one stuck over here, and the girls are having a fantastic old time, and us men are just sitting here like stumps on a log. That's not going to help any. All right, sorry. Problem is always nearly all of the same people at every party. Absolutely. So it becomes hard work, same old every time. Yes, Craig. Miss Avocado says that would be very frustrating, Craig. That's why you should have the garage so the men can ride. And I do. I have a nice outdoor area for the summer parties. And I make damn sure that it's a safe area for the men. But I work hard. Tim, if you showed up, and I know you wouldn't know everybody here, and I don't know all the men, I would have you come out to the patio area with all the furniture and the fire pit, let you grab a seat, bullshit with people if you wanted to. I do that. I bring them together. We're going to have the garage set up for the guys, but also as a photo booth this weekend. Ken says, Queen of the Avocados. The live is scheduled so the trailer is available. Nice. So we do. And this week, we don't know what the weather's going to be, so we got the garage set up for the guys. And a photo booth for the women. We'll show you that this weekend. When we're decorating this weekend out in the garage, we'll show you some of it. Just so you guys have an understanding of what the hell I go through. And then next weekend, if we have decent weather, I'll get the patio furniture rearranged so everybody can go outside if we have nice enough weather, if they want to. Jamie says, awesome. I'll take a look, Ken. But what I don't know, and I know it's a cultural thing. I do it, and I get that. But it's frustrating when you look at the entitlement. It's like, just because I showed up to your house, I'm entitled to take all the food home with me that I want to take. Well, that's not how it is in America. And I know you guys, people will say, look, it's a cultural thing, that's how they are. But I've tried to express to people, they expect us, as expats, when we live in the Philippines, to adapt to the Filipino world. They expect us to do that. Philippines is not America, so don't think it is. Why can't the same be true in this situation? Why can't they understand how we do things in America? Just because my wife is Filipina doesn't mean that every American thing in American household goes out the window. I don't know. Kind of frustrating. kind of frustrating. And I don't get it why they... James sent me something, all right. Oh, James is sending me some tips about things to do so I don't got to cook much. Yeah, we have, yeah, James, the Island Pacific Market and stuff. We actually, Lorelei has, Craig says, yeah, good luck with that. Apparently there's another online store besides the one that sent me a bunch of Dennett cans that has Asian food a lot cheaper. I don't know if it's expired or not, but it's a lot cheaper. So I guess Lorelei ordered some from one of her friends who, I don't know, some of those red hot dogs. So apparently we're getting some red hot dogs. And she said that she also bought me some Choco Moco candy bars. I really like them. You guys know what Choco Moco candy bars are from the Philippines? In America, they run about $3 to $4 each, which is just stupid. But on this Asian website, they're only 50 cents. I guess she bought 10 of them. So I guess that's coming this weekend, I think. So I don't know if Lorelei is serving her red hot dogs to all of her friends or, you know. And it is my wife's birthday party, so I'm going to let her impress her friends all she wants. James has some stuff that he's sending us all the way from California to impress her friends. Her beautiful birthday cake should be impressive. I hope it is. I'm going to pay enough for it. So, I know for the Filipino world it is a lot about showing off, and I get that, and it's okay. I get it. It's just can be very frustrating at times. Very frustrating. Tim said, I had a party once, and the uninvited guests that I didn't even know cleaned out the foods, drinks, and everything. Yeah. Well, and what I advised my wife to do was, I know this sounds, and there are a bunch of people in our larger community that we didn't invite. I encouraged Lorelei this time to keep it small. Only invite people that actually seem to like you, because there's so many. One of the most frustrating things between Filipinos and Americans, or men and women, I guess, women will pretend that you guys like each other. We will not. Men will not. If I don't like you, I don't like you. I'm not pretending. When I see you, I'm not shaking your hand and kissing your ass and telling you it's good to see you. I'm not doing that. I'm not taking pictures with you. If I don't like you as a guy, you're lucky if I don't put you on the ground. You know, if I don't like you, I don't like you. But women, especially Filipinas, will do all this fake bullshit, and then they talk bad about each other. And maybe it's a woman thing, Jamie. I don't know. Help me out. And they would talk shit and go, oh, well, she's this, she's that. I'm like, well, then why are you hanging out with her? If somebody's giving me a headache, I'm not hanging out with them. If I feel like, if I go fishing with a group of guys, and, well, this one dude doesn't have any money, he didn't bring any snacks, he didn't bring any drinks, so he's mooching, he's not coming the next time. As a guy, you either carry your load with me or you don't. It says, I hear that, brother. I agree with you. Ken says, thanks so much there, Miss Avocado, queen of the avocados. The avocado queen. So, it's that simple. You know, we have a little bit of a, can I tell you a story? And I know people watch my shit, so, all right, I'm going to tell you a story. Lorelei doesn't like me telling this story. So, all right, if you want me to tell this story, you got to give me a thumbs up or put a 1 in the chat, because I'm going to tell you a story. I'm going to tell you a story, and you might be surprised. May not, with my personality. And Ken, this kind of goes back to what you mentioned yesterday in your live stream, or in my live stream, about being harassed or bullied or targeted, you know. Kind of leads into that. All right, we got a 1 at least. We got 1, so that's good. It's story time with Dave. So many thousands of years ago, and remember I've been around the community for many thousands of years. We had, how I met Lorelei was this. Button is stuck. I always took a few cases of soft drinks to party. There you go. Button was stuck. It's all right. So, we had a lot of parties at my house when I was single. I had a pool house, a pool party. I had a really nice house, had a swimming pool. And I was single, doing my thing, and some of my friends who were Filipino and Korean, my friend was Korean, and we had a lot of parties at the house. We just did. I was long single, and unbeknownst to me, Lorelei, my current wife, my only wife, her aunt used to come to my parties. I didn't know, they just came to the parties. They were gambling type of people a lot, I guess. But they came and they would sit out in the yard with the other girls that gambled a lot. And I jokingly told them one time they needed to pay the house 10%. But I didn't really know them or anything. And then my friend was going to go to Florida, go deep sea fishing with a couple, with their husbands, right? And we'll call them fat and not so fat. So fat and not so fat was going deep sea fishing with my Korean friend, and who I've known forever, and they needed additional people to go and pay the cost. So I said, yeah, I don't mind. I got time. All right, I can go deep sea fishing. And so I met Fat and Not So Fat a couple of weeks before the fishing trip because they wanted to know who was going on the fishing trip. So they came to the house, we visited, blah, blah, blah. And I guess Fat and Not So Fat liked me. And Fat, the dominant one, they're truck drivers, wanted me to meet their niece, Lorelei. And I'm like, fuck. Not again. I mean, 'cause I had so many people say, oh my God, you should meet my niece in the Philippines. You should meet my cousin. You should do that. I'm like, Jesus Christ, whatever. So I would play along. So yeah, all right, whatever. And hope in a couple of days I wouldn't have to deal with her anymore. Jamie says, Ken, I showed Bruce. He started roaring at the phone. Oh. So, but anyway, I met Lorelei on Facebook. We started chit-chatting. All right. It all kind of went pretty well. The long story is, we chatted on Facebook. I wind up coming there. This is like June, July. I was there at Christmas time. We got married the following summer. So it all played out. But during that, Fat and Not So Fat got under my skin when we went deep sea fishing. Fat was so rude, condescending, and demeaning to people that it pissed me off because you don't do that to people. And Fat was a fat guy who's really tall and thought he was a badass. That doesn't work in my world. I don't care who you are. It doesn't work. I do not hold my tongue very well. I will not stand by and put up with shit from people. I don't care if you can kill me, beat me to death or not. I will do my best, die trying. And he couldn't, of course. So we wind up having some discourse on the trip. But Fat, who's the driver, got really mad because I know how to go home. I don't need he wanted to lead our cars going back. So he wanted to be there's like 3 cars, I think, going back to Arkansas from Florida. I've made this trip numerous times. I don't need to follow behind anybody. He got pissed because I wouldn't follow behind him and I left him in the dust and did my own thing. I've made the trip. You're not my, lead driver. So apparently that also pissed him off. Well, he got brave enough to start to say, I will whoop you, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Sounds good to me. So we get back to my place, back to America, Arkansas, whatever you want to call us, back home. And he's still running his mouth, and we have coolers full of fish that we caught there that needed to go to my side of the world. So I went over to, and we had a discourse. And basically the bottom line was, he threatened me. I said, I accept. You know, okay, you want to be a bully? I accept your bulliness. I will be there, and we'll deal with it. I don't get scared of people. Maybe I'm a little off in the brain, but you don't scare me. No matter who you are, you don't scare me. And I maybe I have a mental disorder, but you don't. So I accept it. Sounds good to me. I'll be there in 15 minutes. Well, we get to his house, my friend's in my car and somebody else is in my car, or my truck, and we get there, and all of a sudden all these police show up because fat guy called the police because I was going to come over and whoop his silly butt. Because I accepted his challenge, you know, which I thought was really funny. And remember, this is her uncle, my wife's uncle. All right, no big deal. So I got the cooler of fish, put it in my truck, and I went home because obviously, you know, Fat Boy wasn't going to live up to what he wanted to happen, right? You know, I called his bluff. He cried like a baby back bitch to the police that I was going to come and call his bluff. So I went home, never thought anything more about it. Well, they immediately got a hold of Lorelei in the Philippines, started telling her how horrible a human being I am. What they didn't know and understand was Lorelei and I spent every day talking to each other. Lorelei and I already had built a very solid foundation. We already had discussed many thousands of things. So they thought they would go on Facebook and start, what happened was this. They tried to convince her to not have anything to do with me. And this was probably 2 or 3 weeks within me knowing Lorelei, maybe a month. They tried to convince her David's bad. But she didn't bite. She didn't believe what they said. So we continued our relationship, our business. Without a hitch. We just kept moving forward. We don't care. So, when Lorelei told them, no, I'm not going to get rid of David because of what happened or what you say, they got mad at Lorelei. And they started posting things on her Facebook page years ago that they thought was scandalous. It wasn't scandalous. They underestimated me because Lorelei and I already discussed I could give a rat's ass. So Lorelei and I continued about our thing. They tried to scandalize her. That didn't work. We just continued on. Then they got really mad because when Lorelei was on her way to America, there's two other additional things. A little bit later, after Lorelei basically said, you know, no, I'm not giving David up just because of your beef. They told somebody else that I knew very well in the community that they thought I should give them money because they introduced me to Lorelei. So I should pay them now that Lorelei's coming to America, right? They figured out, they heard through the grapevine, everything that Lorelei, well, this is December, January, Lorelei's coming to America. I've been to the Philippines and back. We're getting married, she's coming. Jimmy's in the house! Are you drinking Red Horse? I am David. And talking about drama, oh, shit, that's right. Hello, David and everybody. Hello, Jimmy. Everybody say hello to my friend, Jimmy. I am Jimmy, and I am talking drama and shit. So once they figured out I'm back from the Philippines, we're engaged, Lorelei's coming to America, K1's being processed, they told others that I should be giving them money because they introduced me to Lorelei in the beginning. So they felt like I owed them financially for Lorelei. That didn't work out either. So, pay them, yeah, that's what they wanted. They wanted to be paid, right? So, the other problem we had, they got really pissed off because when Lorelei was doing her process and coming to America, they wanted Lorelei to bring medicine from the Philippines to America for her somebody's grandmother, somebody's Lola, somebody's something, I don't know. I told Lorelai, I don't think that's good. I don't know what this drug is. I don't know how the American government will see this drug. I personally do not want anything after all this money, time, energy, and effort we spent getting you to America so we can be married, to screw it up by bringing medicine that may or may not be appropriate in America. We're just not going to do it. Well, they got mad about that because I wouldn't diet. Avoid History is back in the house with his self-induced drama. If you guys want, you can all make fun of him. It's okay if you want to make fun of Avoid History. So, that was the other little thing. So, after Lorelai got it, they barely have spoken, at all over the years. But apparently now, and I'm not happy about this, but apparently one of the aunts, one of the fat or fatter, I think fat or less fat, I think less fat is not as bad as fat. I think his wife, which is one of the aunts, is nicer than this one, I think. I don't know who the hell they are. Apparently, they ran into Lorelai recently a couple of times, ran into her at the concert the other day, and apparently found out she's having a birthday party, and they want to come to the birthday party. So, just say no. That's right, man. So, Lorelai told me the other day, said, well, they don't know, she's like, well, basically, can they come to the party or not? Because it's up to you, because of the history. And I told Lorelai, and this is just my personality, I said, it's actually your birthday party. If you want them people here, or whoever she is, and I don't know her, and nobody's been mean to me but fat and fatter, or less fat, fat and fatter, and even less fat was never been rude to me, he's just fat, the fat guy. So, I told her, I said, look, I'm not going to tell you not to have somebody at your 40th birthday party. That's on you. But I swear to God, and I don't think that's going to happen, that the fat and less fat, or fat and fatter, or the men are not coming. Because I think she understands that that would be inappropriate at this point in time for fat and fatter to come to my house. Now, they've been going to a lot of Filipino things lately for some reason they never did before. But now, apparently, they want to be a part of the community, fat and fatter and the wives. But fat and fatter is not coming to my house. So, just say no, Jimmy. So that's drama we're having this week and weekend. Next weekend. Be right back. All right, Pat. Pat has to go outside and find the backyard. I teased Pat about that. And so, I don't know. Maybe I am wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not. But that's just the way it is. If you're a tool to me, as a man, I don't want anything to do with you. Women are so different. It's like all the drama that these aunts put her through. Calling her names, making fun of her. And maybe they're jealous because part of what we heard was when they wanted me to give them money was, well, David, he's richer than we are, so therefore he should pay us. I'm like, well, what does it matter? Just because I work harder and smarter to have more money than you do, why do you, two fat, ugly American men with your ugly-ass wives, think I should give you money? Hello, Jimmy from Tim. So that's part of the drama. That's my story. And I'm sticking to it, by the way. My God. That's why I jokingly, I'm serious, but that's why I tell people, as much as I really, really love being married, and I really enjoy Lorelai, I would never get married again. Holy shit and butt farts. Are you crazy? I don't want a relationship with anybody ever again. I don't want drama. You can save the drama for your mama and do whatever the hell you want with it. David doesn't want it. So, The simple life is good for me. So that's part of that. So we'll see how next weekend goes. Now, granted, here's the deal. There are going to be so many people here. Those ladies, which I couldn't pick them out of a lineup, to be honest. I think her aunts are probably nice people. I don't know. I could not pick them out of a lineup. If there's a group of Filipinos, I couldn't tell you who they are. Wouldn't be able to do it. So that's the good thing, I guess. Ken says, I'm on that boat. The N word is gone from my dictionary. The N word? You mean marriage? So, but, so I'm not too worried about her aunt or aunt, whoever the hell she is coming here. I'm not. Lorelai will handle that, whatever their drama is, if there is any drama. Back to what Jamie was saying earlier, I'm a little bit not happy with the TikTok girl because of her behavior, what I call the makeup TikTok girl. But I don't know. I'm going to let Lorelai do her thing, and I'll do my thing, and we'll see how it goes. So I would say that it's all filled up with the guests, and no more people are coming. Well, that was supposed to happen. I told Lorelai, and I mean this, I said, just invite the people that really like you, not the ones that talk shit about you, not the ones that come here to take all of your food and leave, the people that actually call you once in a while and chat with you and think about you. Maybe it's only 10 people. I even told her, I said, look, with all the money we're spending on this party, your birthday party, which I still don't understand how we pay for everything, but that's okay. Nobody brings anything. I don't understand that. There was one lady bringing stuff, so don't get me wrong about that. But I told her, I said, what I would do is pick 5 or 6 girls, 7, 8, 9, 10 girls that you really like, that you get along with, and go eat. Take them, pay for them, if that's how this works. Take them to lunch or dinner at the fancy Asian buffet where they have all the crab legs you can eat and all that other crap you girls like to eat. Just go and have a little private party at this freaking restaurant and pay for it all. 1, it'd probably be cheaper. 2, it'd be easier. And 3, you'll actually have friends around you that really like you. But instead we're having, and I'm sure Lorelai's listening, instead we're having a big chaotic thing, which is fine because social butterflies. We talked about this the other day. David's not a social butterfly. David's a social grizzly bear. I only come out of the woods when I have to, to raid your cabin and kill you and eat you. Then I go back to the woods. So David's not a social butterfly. Lorelai's a social butterfly. And understand the psychology behind that. I get it, why they all want to. And this is a big deal. 40-year is a big deal. I offered to take her on a cruise for her birthday. Now we got to have a party. I don't know what to do, guys. Oh, my God. But she had a deadline, Tim. That's where I was going with this. She did have a deadline for this weekend. Last weekend, middle of the week. And apparently what happens, though, and good or bad, apparently what happens is the people that she invited that are RSIVP and whatever that is, are also saying, hey, I need to bring 1 more, 2 more, 3 more, 4 more, 4 or 5 more people. So their plus ones are gaining. Craig says, but if I don't invite everyone, they get up. Yeah, Craig, right. Well, and there's a group of them that's not invited. And I told her, she was like, well, shit, I should. I said, I wouldn't invite them. But then again, I wouldn't invite anybody. But you're right. They're all going to hate me if they don't get invited. But they don't invite you to everything. That's what I told my wife. I said, I think, they don't invite you because whether they're intimidated, whether you have a better job than they do, you're not a girl who wipes butts at a nursing home. You actually have a career that makes good money. You have a position and a title at a Fortune 500 company. So you're not somebody that has to wipe asses for a living. Nothing wrong with that, but you're not one of those. So she doesn't get invited to a lot of things. And so I told her, I said, I don't know why you worry about inviting these people. But I'm not a girl, I don't think. I don't identify as a girl. So I don't understand the girl thing. And maybe that's my issue. I don't understand this. Because men just do things differently. All right. What else do we want to bitch about? Anybody have any suggestions of what we can complain about? Tell me, we'll do it. Lily! My dog, Lily. Galactic says, I am back. Had to go do some work. Outstanding, Galactic. Good to see you. Sure, my golf game. All right, Ken. You complaining about your golf game? Well, your golf game sucks. Get better or don't do it, Ken. Come on now. I expect better from you, Ken. Hold on. Ready to eat? All right. Where to start? So much. You played 9 holes today? Wow. All the people that I know that play golf are rich, Ken. I gotta heat up Lily's dinner. Yes. Yes. I microwave my dog's dinner. I know it's pathetic, but I do. 2 pars and still shot over par. Well, the good thing, Ken, is I have no damn clue what you're talking about. I know nothing about golf. It's a local course, $11. Wow, 11. You have $11 to spend on things? Damn, Ken. My dog's been on a diet, by the way, for about 18 months, and she hasn't lost any weight. So I'm starting to think my dog's diet isn't working. But we have her on a diet. She only gets 1 cup of food a day plus snacks. We do give her some fresh carrots. Yeah. Yeah, we have a lot of golf courses around here. We have a lot of golf courses, but I don't play golf. I'm a fisherman. All right. And if you want to know, even if you don't, I'll tell you, we're going to microwave this for 25 seconds. Cut down on the snacks. I know, it has to be that, right? So, I'm trying to cut down on the snacks for her. I really, really am, but she looks so pathetic and sad when she's begging for food. You know what I mean? She has that look about her. "Oh, I've never eaten in my entire life. Can you give me some food, sir? I'm begging. I've been out on the street dog. I'm a ass cow. I'm a street dog. Please give me something to eat, sir." And I feel bad and go, shit, all right. Are you ready? All right. Yes, I know. That's for you. Like we said the other day, most of us prefer pets over humans. Get a doggy treadmill? Yes. Craig says 28 better, from 25 to 28 seconds. So, Kids, as I used to fish, I love to fish, man. Fishing is my jam. I love to fish. All right. Doggy treadmill. My doggy wouldn't like a treadmill. I do try to get her to, we do that a little bit, to be honest. We do, but she has a crippled leg, you know, from the car accident where she got ran over. So we can't, and to be honest, after the car accident is when she started gaining weight. Because she has a club foot. It does this, right? So she walks like this on that. And I know it has to be extremely hard on her back. So we do try to get her out there to exercise, but I also don't want to hurt her leg too much. Anthony's in the house. Anthony, how are you today? I'm going to try to hook my phone up to power. Cord must not work. Everybody say hello to Anthony. Good morning to you. That new camera really does keep centered in the frame. Not too bad, right? I got to get you guys on a charger here. It doesn't do too bad. I think it does better. Tim, I do think you got to kind of watch how far away from it you are. There you go. All right, let's see if that works. All right. So, let me get caught up here. Tony's in the house. He's probably done picking up dog poo-poo. He said every morning he gets up and picks dog poo-poo up. Galactic, hello to you, my friend. Craig, hello, Tony. How's the weather down under Craig? Craig just woke up. Not too long ago, he said. The camera does pretty good. I think if you get too far away from it, of course, maybe 20 feet or so, maybe 30, it loses you depending. Or if you're doing that and you get around other things, you know, I have a bad habit of doing this with my hand, which turns it off. So you got to give it the okay signal to turn back on. It's okay, 28 there in Australia land. It was 70 degrees here today, 72 degrees, which is not too bad for us for the winter. I gotta make some room. Anybody need water? We got plenty. Tony says, I'll be checking the wife and the boy to church soon enough. I think he means I'll be taking. Do you mean taking the wife and the boy to church? Instead of checking them? Which would make better sense, but you never know. All right, boys and girls, it's time to start deboning this. Nice. I'm looking for a really heavy-duty fork. That's what I'm looking for, in case you're wondering. All right, let me check these. They're doing pretty good. They're starting to split open, which is what I want. Ah, son of a bitch. All right. All right. Let me get you guys a little closer. Be checking the, okay, Tim says felt like 105 yesterday. Jamie says 70. Yes, it's nice today, really nice. Nice breeze. Craig says, what would that be held? Craig, did I miss something? Did I not? I don't understand. Craig, I may have missed something. I'm sorry if I did. Hi, Jamie from Anthony. You guys all remember we're going to be doing a baby shower for Jamie in April. We're going to live stream it. We expect you all to be here. Where's my poultry? I bought some poultry scissors. You guys ever seen these or used poultry scissors? I used them today to cut this thing up into smaller pieces, and it worked okay. They're right-handed scissors, and I'm left-handed, so kind of a little bit of a problem. Oh, I don't know, Craig. You know, it was a benign comment. Maybe because they thought he was going to say church. You know, I don't know, Craig. That was a really, I agree. A totally weird. I mean, there's nothing in his comment that even remotely, you know, unless they're doing the religion thing. I don't know, Craig. Never used them before, Jamie? So, yeah. They're pretty, I mean, I thought this would be metal, but it's not. But they're designed to be like this, and I'm left-handed. So, I don't know, it needs to be reversed. Ergonomically, for a left-handed person, it's just not right. It needs to be reversed like this, or something. But, what do you get? I bought these so that when I cook this stuff, I can chop it up into smaller pieces really quick. Well, again, well, I don't know, man. You know, even last night, MJ was saying that he was dropping comments, or the other day, and they weren't being shown up. Not even just like you've had that problem. And I feel like I'm a cannibal or something. I'm a serial killer of turkeys, you know. I do take a lot of the skin away. I don't let her eat a lot of the skin, by the way. But I feel like I'm a mad scientist sometimes. Left-handed utensils used to be very, I know, they did. Are you guys hungry? I got some turkey you can have. If you don't know, Lily's right behind me. Yeah, the left-handed screwdriver, Craig. I was thinking of the left-handed pencils. Have you seen, there's a joke, I guess, on the internet where Lowe's or Home Depot, one of the two, they sell left-handed and right-handed pencils. Yes, Tim, the skin is where the fat is, and we don't want her, Lily, to have too much fat. But when I boil this, I do leave the skin on because I want this, I think the fat adds flavor to it, and I want it to have a little bit of flavor. I don't put any seasoning on it, but I still want it to have something. And the other thing is, I feel like these scissors need a little loop or a guard here so that I can keep my finger on it. About time. Lily's just hoping I drop something on the floor, aren't you? Yeah, I gotta chop this up a lot finer. And then I'm gonna freeze all of this. I'm going to be putting this in the good Ziploc bags and freezing it. I keep the good bags for my dog. I make everybody else use the cheap ones. There we go. I feel like I have a job, guys. I feel like I'm out here working, earning a living, or working and not earning a living, one of the two. Oops, I dropped some turkey on the floor. That's probably why she's fat. Well, we're almost done with this part. Hang on. Tim says your phone wasn't showing. Well, and that's what happens. I don't know why. But I don't necessarily think it's your phone. I think it's YouTube because, you know, as Craig and I have talked quite a bit, a lot of his comments from Australia gets, you know, not posted. Sometimes Anthony's from the Philippines, MJ from the Philippines, their comments don't get posted. And I don't know if it's because it's an international thing. It's like just a few minutes ago, Tony left a comment where that was very nothing, you know, very benign. And You know, YouTube wanted to, I had to give it permission to post, which is kind of weird because it was just nothing. All right. Craig says, I'm running a VPN on the phone, Tim. All right. Man, I made a mess today. Yeah. Let me get this cleaned up real quick. Come on, Lily. You can have some snacks. All right. Tim says, turns out I didn't have all the comments checked. All right. I found a lot more sites not allowing VPNs. Need to turn it on and off regular basis. That's what I used to do. Craig, maybe I'm having that trouble too. Because here's a problem I'm having, which never had before. So, I have a couple of devices in the house, right? Smart devices. And I will watch YouTube on my smart TV, but I don't want to log in as me. I don't log in. So, what's happened lately is they won't let me do that anymore. These smart devices and or YouTube, I don't know which is which, or who's in charge of it, they won't let me watch as a guest on YouTube. They're going to make me sign in to get to YouTube now. Has anybody ever had that problem? But that's new. I got a TV that's doing it, and I got a multimedia projector that's doing it now that didn't used to do it. I can get to the internet, everything else, but if I want to watch YouTube as a guest, it won't let me. So I don't know if that has anything to do with VPN or if I should, how you can reset that, but Tim says it feels like 88 degrees at 9 a.m. in the morning. I don't have a thermometer in there. I bet you it's in the 60s right now. Google Chrome is going down the same path. All right, maybe it's Google Chrome. I don't know. One of them is a Samsung TV, I think. And the other one is just a multimedia projector. So, I don't know why it does that. I mean, what's wrong with watching YouTube as a guest? Because it's a good way to help other people with their watch hours, you know what I mean? I can log in Or I can just turn it on and come to somebody's YouTube channel and watch. Let's see if these legs are done. I know the neck is done. This wing is done. This one's done. I need this one leg to cook a little bit more, I think. This one's done. Let's get some rapid heat on that. Woo! 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 We got some turkey cooking now, don't we, Lily? All right. We'll turn all of that off and let it just rest for a little bit. All right. Whew. Craig says, want more data on cell? YouTube, Google is the corporate on private viewing of YouTube. Okay. Okay. So it's Google. Okay. Sunshine's back in the house. Still cooking the turkey. Close to it. Close. Sunshine, thank you for being here. Everybody say hello to Sunshine if you would. Yeah, and the other weird thing is we've had to reset everything, all of our accounts recently. So I've had to re-log into all of the smart TVs, everything. Not the iPads. Not the iPads. But the smart TVs, the projector, the computer, the emails. You know, I've had to re-log into everything recently. I haven't had duck in a long time either. I'm not a super fan of duck, but I haven't had it in probably 10 years, I don't think. So, but we had to log into, you know, the email, gosh, everything, I guess, which is quite irritating. Sunshine is pointing out that this guy, meaning me, and the oatmeal commercial guy was in the movie Cocoon in the 80s. That's right. I'm glad somebody recognizes me from my television days. And I don't mean we had to just log in. You know what I mean? I mean, we had to go in and recertified, get new codes, scan the little QR code or whatever. I mean, we had to go in and go through the whole process again. Verification, all of that stuff again on everything. Yeah, for my security, right? I'm worried about that plant. I need to order that plant while I'm thinking of it. Shit. But yeah, I mean, we had to do the whole security thing. We had to get passcodes again. We had to do all of that on just about everything. I'll go slow so you guys can follow me. Are you with me? All right. I think there's something wrong with my plant. All right. You are right, Sunshine. They put a lot of duck in dog foods now. The real question is, where do they get the ducks from? Because it's not like ducks are like chickens, are they? Are they going out to the ponds at Central Park in New York and picking up the ducks? It's kind of like, you know, I'll tell you, you guys want another little story? All right, I'll tell you another little story. Back in my teaching days, one of my many duties, because when you're greedy for money like me, and you're willing to hustle and do anything you can to make money, you take on a lot of roles. And one of my roles at my college was I managed our division's money. Meaning, I handled everything that we bought for the division went through my fingertips. And he said, I had a girlfriend that could make duck taste so wonderful, otherwise it's nasty meat and dark meat. It is, I think it's a little harsh. I thought they were getting meat from ice. There you go, there may be. So here's what I found out. So I'm the procurement officer for my division, one of my many duties as a teacher. And our anatomy and physiology classes, 1 and 2, we dissected cats and minks. So skinless minks and hairless cats and cats with hair both. So we dissected a lot of kitty cats. And we bought, oh God, $20,000 a year, $25,000 a year worth of cats. I can't remember. And they were only about $40 a piece back then. So, but we would go through a lot. We'd go a lot of cats. And then we had to dispose of them. So I got curious one day. I got curious. Where are all of these kitty cats coming from? Because I had a cat, and I'm like, I wonder where these cats are coming from. And we bought them from a company called Ward Scientific or Carolina Scientific, Fisher Scientific, one of those, right? So a real company. Where do you think these companies got all these kitty cats at? I prefer hairless. Do ya? I like a little hairy cat myself. But, and these cats would weigh about 20 pounds, anywhere from 15 to 20 pounds was the range we were getting. Some of them were really big cats. I mean, maybe 22, 23 pounds. Now, granted, that was injected with formaldehyde, so maybe that added to their weight. I don't know. But we would order hundreds of cats every semester. Would. At about $40 a pop, plus shipping. Where do you think they got the kitty cats? I'll give you a bite of my fish if you know where they got the kitty cats at. China? No. A lot closer to America. A lot closer to America. And this really surprised me. And apparently this is an industry in this certain country. It really surprised me when I started digging into it. Craig says, Catalina. You know, there's actually a Catalina out off of the coast of California, right? But no, not Catalina. There's an, that's funny. No, but it's close. But, so we get cats from there. The minks came from somewhere else. The minks were farm raised, I think, in the United States. The frogs were all farm raised here because we had frogs. Fetal pigs, we didn't have that many of, but we'd only buy a couple hundred of those maybe a year, not maybe 100 a year, not very much. And they were all raised here in America. They were from America. Detroit, it's a country, my friend. It's a country, the name of a country. So we got most out of farms here in the United States. At one time, we were going to do a cadaver lab, and we thought about it, and I was tasked with the research to figure out if we should do a cadavers lab. So there for a while, I became an expert on cadavers and how to store them and and the legality of those. Honduras? No, but close. Close. And I don't remember exact numbers, but I thought it was going to cost us roughly about 200 grand to set up a cadaver lab. Ah, I like that. Epstein Island. Honduras, Epstein Island, Ecuador. No, but you're getting somewhat close. I wonder, what happened to Epstein Island? Can we go there now? Does somebody different own it? Can I buy it and go live on it? But I think it was going to cost us close to 200 grand to put in a proper cadaver laboratory. Because you had to have young cats. You had to have the right storage facilities. There's rules that you had to follow. Then, of course, purchasing the body was not cheap either. And then, of course, purchasing the tables to move the body around with, if I remember right. There's also some other specialized equipment and preservatives that we would have to have on hand that was not cheap. So, in the end, we didn't do a cadaver lab. One, I think also because when I was looking at it, synthetic cadavers were becoming more and more popular. Seasoning. You can pet the kitty there. Epstein Island. Island is on ley. I didn't know that, Craig. The island's on ley lines? Really? I didn't know that. That's really interesting, Craig, because that could, man, that could implicate a lot of things, Craig. That could really explain a lot of things. Anthony says, Nicaragua. No, not Nicaragua. No, not Nicaragua. It was a South American country, or, you know, It's not that far from America. Come on, guys, I know you can get this. It's really close to the United States. Yeah, Craig, that's really interesting. I didn't know that about Epstein Island. Is that island called anything else besides Epstein Island? I mean, did it have a real name before he bought it or whatever? Cuba. No. There's an embargo from Cuba in America, remember? We weren't being friends with Cuba. Right now, we're not friends with Cuba either, except for the fact we're waiting for them to collapse so we can take them over. There you go. Anthony got it right. Mexico. The cat that we dissected in anatomy and physiology labs came from Mexico. Somebody named Maxwell asked Fidel Castro if he could dive off of Cuba to see the underwater city. Jamaica. So obviously that person believes there's an underwater city by Cuba. I'm not for sure if I believe there's a, well, the question is this. Are you saying that there's a active underwater city or there are ruins under the ocean? Take the Coke out of the stomachs first. Well, that's it, you know. That's one thing I thought of back in the day was, look, you know, all of these kiddies are coming over. I don't know how they're getting to like Carolina Scientific out of the, well, Carolina's based out of the Carolinas, from North Carolina. So I don't know, right? The kiddies, when we get them, they're vacuum sealed in their own bag and there's nothing in their tummies. It's all gone. The ruins, all right. Yeah, I think there's, what I'll say about ruins under the ocean. Do I believe that there are ruins under the ocean? Absolutely. Do I think there is a lot of people who misinterpret natural formations as ruins? Yes. But there are places on the planet that really shocked me, like Machu Picchu, some other places that you got to look at and go, I wonder. You know, even the pyramids you got to look at and go, I wonder. But there's other places where you look at it and go, this is very interesting. There's a high probability of something very unique that may have happened in this region. And like Craig mentioned earlier about the ley lines, you know, and the petroglyphs. Are we calling ley lines? I'm sorry, I got to remember the term. Hang on. Craig, are we saying that the ley lines are like the lines that dictate like the bird, the hummingbird, and those, and the human or the alien? Are we saying those are ley lines? I'm trying to remember. Craig has dropped the link. So are the ley lines, because now my brain's squishy, as you know, so I'm sorry about that. But I'm trying to remember if we're calling the hummingbird and the alien ley lines, or are we talking about the ley lines that are crossing the planet? You know what I mean? So I can't remember if the hummingbird was a ley line or not, but I think it's interesting. I can't remember what they're called now. But that region of the world where you have these extremely large lines cleaned out of the desert, or the landscaping to show you a hummingbird or a flower or this or that. I think those are very unique, interesting, and would be really good to study. Okay, the ley lines. Okay, well, then what are we talking about? The NASDAQ lines? Oh, okay, Craig, help me. Are the lines of the hummingbird called NASDAQ lines then? Right? Okay. So I was right. The ley lines are the magnetic grids of the world. Right. Okay. So that's where I thought it was. BJTS says hello to you. So it's the NASDAQ lines, if I remember right. That's called the bird. All that, right? See, Craig is from Australia. That's why I expect him to know everything, because he's from Australia. But those NASDAQ lines that have the different shapes and animals, you got to really think about those and wonder, gee, how did this happen? You know what I mean? One, how did they make them? It's pretty serious stuff, I think. Bummer. Craig says a little bit of everything and a whole lot of nothing. Nothing but nothing, honey. Yeah, I think they're called NASDAQ lines. I find those interesting. Thank you all for the thumbs up, by the way. Oh, shit. This one's still hot. All right. Man, all this work today has made me tired. I know I read a little bit about the UFO files from America. 80,000 times a minute? No, I didn't know that. That's a lot of flapping. I know we have some hummingbird feeders here, Tim. We like hummingbirds. So much so that we've actually had somebody send us hummingbird feeders. A company that makes them has sent me some to try out. See, I think these scissors are upside down. See, they should be, you're supposed to use them like this, but that doesn't work. They need to be used kind of like this. We like hummingbirds. So yeah, last year we had a company who makes really nice glass ones. Saw a video I made about hummingbirds at my house, and they sent me a really, really, really nice hummingbird feeder. And they just wanted me to review it and tell them what I thought. And sent them some pictures or video of the hummingbirds. So I did that. But I think it's interesting how we think ancient people didn't have mathematical skills. You know, because we're smart, we're modern, we're the only ones that know how to do things. So I think that is interesting how a lot of people, oh no, the ancients didn't know anything. They couldn't have done that. They couldn't have done this. You know, whether they got the technology or the knowledge from their relatives from another world or not, they still knew how to do it. They still got it done. So I'm not discounting that there's a really good chance that our ancestors had involvement from people not of this world. I think that's a very high probability, possibility, whatever. But I will say, our ancestors weren't stupid. So, and that's one thing I don't like is the theory that, you know, ancient human was stupid, they knew nothing, they couldn't do anything. Well, I just don't believe that. Because I do believe, you know, as we all say, invention is what? Or is the necessity of whatever, something like that, whatever that saying is. So when you need something, you figure it out. So long before calculators, they could figure out things. They weren't just a bunch of stupid rock throwing people, is my big point. This leg is still hot. I don't know, man. I do think there's a lot of argument saying they had involvement from other worlds, but, or maybe this world, but just at a different time. I don't know. What is it? Necessity is the mother of invention, right? So, and of course, when you didn't have all of this light pollution, Craig says we were tuned into the planet's power. Yeah, they were. And look, like I was just going to say, they didn't have all of this light pollution that we have. So I think they were better capable of understanding the stars in the heavens, so to speak. Because one, I really just believe they were not stupid people. I mean, if you can figure out how to survive, how to cook your food, how to capture your food, all of those things, then you're not stupid. You're not just a bunch of beans running around licking your fingers. You know what I mean? They figured out how to have sex, have babies, keep the babies alive. Tim says, hummingbird feeders, 2 or 3 from his sisters. Nice. We got 2 of them. One we bought and one that was gifted to us last year. Otherworld or the future. Yeah. Yep. But now, and I'm not like a time travel expert, you know what I mean, or a theoretical expert. But if it was the future us who went back to teach us how to do something, then how did the future us learn in the first place how to do it? Right? Kind of like, you know, you can't have the chicken without the egg, and you can't have the egg without the chicken, right? And you guys believe what I do for my dog? Look at this. just so my dog can have good food to eat. Yes, Tim. Necessity is the mother of invention. It is. I just think the human body is, and the human mind, it's designed to survive. It's designed just without thought for us to survive. It's just part of the programming, the DNA, whatever you want to say, of human beings is to survive. And then, of course, one thing I think about is also back in the day, many thousands of years ago, when there was no TV, no internet, besides hunting and gathering, what else did they do? I think, and I don't know, but my theory is they had a whole lot more time on their hands to ponder, to think about things than we do. I don't know, I think that. I would think they would have more time than us, but I could be wrong. Maybe they spent all of their time just surviving. I don't know. Multiple timelines and dimensions, parallel, multiple users, everything can jump easily. Ah, all right. But Craig, let me ask. If we have multiple timelines and we can, and somebody, because apparently I can't do it, and if somebody can jump, I mean, who gets to jump to another universe or another time? Who gets to do that? I mean, why can't I do it? If that truly happens, who are the lucky ones or the unlucky ones that has to or gets to do that? How do we sign up for that? Man, what a mess. Like aliens from other planets and solar system must be intelligent to travel the distance. Yeah. Well, here's what I think. If you're intelligent enough to travel to us, I got a feeling you're way the hell smarter than we are. You're a lot smarter than we are. And like I said the other day, I really believe, I'm starting to believe, that a lot of our missing people are actually being eaten by aliens. Because as I said the other day, you don't need to dissect a frog 1,000 times to know what the hell a frog is, right? Or dissect a cow 1,000 times. What more are you going to learn? So, with all the people that go missing, and I know some are not eaten by aliens or Bigfoot, but with everybody that goes missing, they got to go somewhere. And maybe aliens get tired of eating cows. I don't know. You are an antenna, need to be tuned into the frequency. Everyone has the option. Well, I wish I knew how to do that, Craig. I wish I knew how to tune in and be presented with that option. That'd be really nice. All right, so more turkey done, got more cooling. Okay, let's get back in here. Oh yeah, Tim says, think about how long Voyager has traveled and still not exited the solar system. This life is not your true life or self. Okay. I am one of those people that I don't know if there is, to be honest, a purpose to life. I'm not for sure if there's a purpose to us. Maybe the purpose is not what we think. The purpose is like ants or bees. We just fit in part of an ecosystem. Human beings have no real relevance except for we're just simply part of a ecosystem. There's something that maybe we're going astray, but that's our role. I don't know. Because if you take humans off the planet would still survive. You create everything, so it's up to you to pass over the conditioning. Therefore, create your own truth. No, I agree with that. Life is your own truth, right? Whatever you believe or do is your own truth. And nobody should tell you otherwise. I mean, if you truly believe that you're a frog, hey, go be a frog. Whatever. I would just like to be, I guess, like a bunch of other people. I would think it'd be great and fantastic to know a lot more than I do. I would like to be one of those people that, I don't know, is smart, who has inside knowledge. I would like to be one of those. I want to be somebody who has inside knowledge of the goings around. Wouldn't you like to be somebody like that? Come on. It's kind of like how nobody knows what happens after you die. Wouldn't you like to be the one person in the world that knew what happened? I mean, not believe what happened, but I guess what you believe is your own truth. But, you know, consciousness is the truth, all connected, the only truth. That's what we call God. Yeah. I don't know, Craig. I would just really like to be more enlightened about the world in general. I guess I'd like to be smarter than I am. I would definitely like to know if there is a way to travel through time. Man, I'd like to be it. If there is a way to jump into a different, world, a universe, man, I'd really like to be the one being able to do it. If you're able to travel to another planet, boy, I sure would like to be one of the others to do it. There is nothing less and nothing more than you make of it, Tim says. Yeah, I don't disagree with that, Craig. I do think we all create and live our own world, whatever it may be. I do believe that. I really do. And there's nothing wrong with any of that. Everybody can have their own little world, is what I call this. Sometimes I tell people maybe it's better if you just stay in your own world and not worry about other people's world. So, but, man, I just sure would like to be enlightened. The option will reveal in 2027 if you're aware and open to it. Well, if I knew how, Craig, to be honest, if I knew how to be open to it and to be aware of it, I would. That's interesting that you say that, because I was watching something today, and I don't know how true it is or how authentic it is, because everything you see on TV and the internet now, you don't know if it's real or not. You don't know if it's AI or just a bunch of bullshit. But today I was watching a thing from NASA where they're talking about that they're going to postpone the moon trip to 27. So apparently there's a delay in the new moon, and I didn't know NASA was going to the moon. Apparently they postponed it to go in 2027. Has anybody heard anything about us going back to the moon? So I guess they were going to do it this year, but now it's pushed back until 2027. Which I think is really funny, because what they should just do if they're having problems, NASA, just call Elon Musk. Hell, Elon Musk could probably get you there in a week. I mean, went up and got the stranded astronauts, didn't he? So if NASA can't figure out a problem, now granted, it's probably political, versus, a real problem that can't be solved. So that's probably what it is. Meditation and try to get to OBE. Experience is the start. Hard to clear everything out of you. Oh, God, yeah. Craig, I've never been good at meditation, so I may not be a good candidate, and I definitely have a hard time clearing shit out of my brain, out of my head. I definitely have difficulties with that, for sure. But I'm going to look it up, but I didn't get a whole lot of time today to watch what they were talking about from NASA. If it was real or AI or just some mockery. about not being able to get there this year. They're going to postpone it until 27. But the first thing I thought of was, if you're having mechanical issues, technical issues, just call Elon Musk, man. He'll get your happy ass there. But it sounds like maybe there's something else going on, right? With it. It's all a game. Yeah, it is. Craig, what does OBE stands for? OBE. Out of body experience? But of course, you know, it's all misdirection. Right now, they got us going in every direction in the world. It's kind of like, you know, the goal is to keep us not focused, divert our attention, make us look elsewhere so that things can do whatever they want to do. All right, Craig, good thing. So, I've had, you know, Craig, I guess I've had my out-of-body experience when I was in a coma. It's kind of what they tried to tell me was, you know, it was like, you know, I had someone trying to tell me, oh, it was just a bad dream you had. And I'm like, well, I don't know. I don't know if my coma and everything I went through was an out-of-body experience or not. But I will say it wasn't pleasant. It wasn't pleasant at all. And I think, you know, I mean, I couldn't, I know, it was like I was looking upon myself, but, you know, it's a different situation, I think. But yeah, they know the truth, but they don't want to lose control because of the deals they have made. So, Craig, I don't know what do you guys think about the fact that Trump is having them go through the alien files, whatever you want to call them. I don't know what they're calling them. Having the director, what is it, the war guy, you know, go through that stuff and to see what can be released and published. Do you think they're actually going to release a bunch of shit, a bunch of stuff? Or you think we're going to learn anything? And two, does Australia do that? Do you guys have full disclosure? Do you guys openly talk about extraterrestrials in Australia? You know, in America, it's always been, oh no, you're full of shit. You saw a weather balloon. No, the alien didn't punch you in the face. It was a weather balloon that did it. But I do think them talking about releasing or opening the files is a great diversion from other things. It's like another ball. Here, go fetch. Yep. Show nothing. The real shit is done through outside contractors. Yes. Yeah, it just, I do think in today's world, it's harder and harder and harder from a social media standpoint for people to cover up shit that they see in the sky. Now, our technology apparently is not good enough to see any discerning characteristics in what people are seeing in the skies, right? That's what bugs me. is we can never get any detail on Bigfoot. We can't get any detail on the spaceship. We can't get any details. And I think, I don't know, maybe what we need to work on is better technology so we can get better footage. Or maybe they don't want us to. Amanda's back in the house. Good to see you, Amanda. How are you? Thank you for coming in. How you been? Do you believe in aliens, extraterrestrials? I don't think the United States, when they release these documents, whenever they get around to it, I don't think there'll be anything in the files. You're doing good? Yeah, we're doing pretty good. Today is just Friday. We're hanging out. We had to cook some turkey for my dog. I feed my dog turkey. So I've been working on that. So. Only allowed to see what they allow us to be seen. 90% is our own. But some fed up, so the day will come. Yeah, I agree. I do think a lot of people are getting fed up with it. Government employees, military employees, some of these black op companies. I do think things are changing a little bit. Because I don't think, you know, like back in the 50s and the 60s and before then, wag the dog, yes. If the government came to you and said, hey, don't say anything, or a company came to you and said, hey, don't say anything, most people would comply. I don't think it's that way anymore. If, you know, men in black showed up at my front door because I posted something on the internet that I saw, and they came and said, we want you to take this down. We don't want you to disclose, blah, blah, blah. Well, I would be recording them. You know what I mean? I would record the conversation and post it on the internet. I don't think the younger generations will blindly follow what government agents say to do. Younger people aren't going to do that. They're not going to lie. They're not going to cover things up. They're more interested in social media fame versus protecting, if that's what you want to call it, our society. Yes. Stargate became the legacy program. UFO became UAP. That's right. Just a continual name change. That's right. I used to watch Skinwalker Ranch a lot, where they have all of those UAPs, and they have the guy named Travis, Dr. Travis, whatever his name is, the white guy. It was part of the federal government's UAP study. Nisha's in the house. How are you, Nisha? It's good to see you. How are things in your part of the world? Thank you for being here. Nisha, you know, you being in your country, do the majority of people in your country believe that UFOs exist or UAPs exist? Thank you for being here. Tim saying hello to you, Amanda. Doing good. How everyone else? Yeah, we're doing good. Lorelai's working. Tomorrow we're decorating the house. Her birthday party is the following Saturday, so not tomorrow. But we're going to try to get a bunch of work done tomorrow and the Sunday. So Lorelai's excited about her 40th birthday party. And happy birthday to you, by the way, Nisha. And our friends are coming over Sunday with the new baby. So that's kind of exciting. Tim says, I am back. Hello, Tim from Amanda. Hello, Nisha. Nisha. Hi, Tim. How's it in the Philippines? Well, I'm currently in the United States. Tim is in the Philippines currently. Pat's in America. Craig is in Australia. Welcome back. Good to see you from Nisha. But the Philippines is good for the most part. It doesn't change much, Amanda. But we're currently in the United States. And we may get back to the Philippines next year. I'm just not quite for sure. But I wonder, Nisha, and maybe you don't know or you don't really care about it or think about it too much, but I wonder if people in India think unidentified flying objects, UFOs or UAPs, exist, and if it's something from another world. Amanda, how about you? Do you think that there are creatures or ships or whatever out there? Travis Taylor, that's his name. I like him. Tim, thank you for that. Dr. Taylor, I like him. I believe him and I like him. But he's been on Skinwalker. I haven't watched the last season of it, but I really enjoy Skinwalker Ranch because I like him. Oh, from Amanda. But I wonder what other countries think. I mean, I think a lot of other countries have more of an open mind than the United States. I'm not for sure, but I kind of think that. I think America has a lot of I don't think Americans are closed-minded. I think the government, the country, the theme of the day is to keep things quiet. Yeah, all right. That's good enough, Nisha. I understand. Well, and I think that's part of it, Nisha, is nobody has any solid information that I know of. There may be solid information out there, but we, the people, don't have access to that. I'm also the type of believer that I don't think we should hide things from the planet anymore. I think we should be honest and truthful about things, about the environment, about everything. I don't think we need to lie anymore. If there is things like Bigfoot and we know about it, why lie? Loch Ness Monster is not real. But if there was, why lie about it? Why cover it up? Tim says it feels like 91 degrees where he's at right now. Woo-wee! Man, that's some hot weather. Still early for Tim. Unless you've been close to it. Yeah, I agree. Because then you kind of have a first-hand experience. And that's kind of my thing is, how do you get first-hand experience to everybody else? That's kind of what I want. I would love to see, and I know this is silly, kind of like from the movie The Martians or Mars, but wouldn't it be outstanding if there's a soccer game and all of a sudden, a UFO comes out of the sky, lands in the grassy field. It's live on TV. There's 100,000 people watching it. Then you can't deny it anymore. It's not somebody's opinion. It can be different creatures, but who knows? Yeah, we don't know for sure. We have a lot of speculation. Yeah, I don't have it anymore either, Tim, and I can't watch it on the internet. They want me to pay for it, and I'm too cheap to buy a subscription. I want to see them too, but I don't want them to kill me. Well, Nisha, what I'm going to say about that is this. I think if they wanted to kill you or me or anybody else, they would have already done it. Because they have the power to come here, the technology, the ability. They definitely have the power to eliminate us forever, right? So, and what I'll say, and I know this is a little bit Star Trek-y, but if, let's say, a brand new alien that hasn't been here in the last 200 years comes to attack the Earth, what I believe would happen, and that's the case, then the aliens that are among us, that have been around us forever, would defend the planet from the invading new species of aliens. Because if we do have aliens here taking care of the planet, working on the planet, putting up with us, whatever it may be, then they wouldn't allow another race or species of alien to come and take their stuff. So that's kind of what I think about that. 10 a.m. in the Philippines, that's right, it's 8 o'clock here. So, well, thinking of that, Nisha, what we're going to do is on the 7th, next weekend, Saturday, Lorelai's having her birthday party, a live stream in it. It'll be going on at this time in early. I think we're going to start about 3 hours earlier than this, but it'll be going on a lot later if you want to come in and wish her happy birthday. Why do they escape from them in the first place? Ooh, I don't know, Craig. Why do they escape from them? Well, that's a good question. Well, then I guess we're all doomed. You know? I don't really know. I just know this much. There's not a whole lot that we can do about any of it, except for keep doing what we're doing in our own little worlds. Keep trying to be good people. Keep trying to live our best life with the people around us. And I think that's really and truly all we can do. Because in the big picture, we are not part of the big picture. We're like ants in the world. You know, we are cooked then. Yes, Nisha says, that's right, cook them. Cook them humans. I don't think we play a big role on the planet. I think we're just part of the ecosystem like bugs. So there's not a whole lot we can do, except for make our time on the planet as best as we can. And I think if we tried to do that, I think everybody would be happier and better. So we are cooked. But that's all right. All right, everybody, it's a few minutes after 8 p.m. here. I want to thank you. I'm gonna wind this down. I got a little bit more turkey to finish deboning, then I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator for the night, and then I'm gonna take it out tomorrow and bag it, because I'm getting tired. Airline pilots and military pilots are extremely well trained, and when they see a UAP or UFO, they are berated and reported. Yes, it damages their career. So they don't do it because they may get oh, he's unfit to fly now. So Pat says, okay, all right. See you, Craig. We appreciate you. Time for me to wind this down. Nisha, we appreciate you. We appreciate all of you guys being here. Let me get a little bit more work done, and then we're going to, I don't know what we're going to do, but time to get off of here. All right, my friends. See ya. We appreciate you very much. Let me get my hat back on.